see in the game.
Yeah, like I don't know what that looks like, but that sounds cool.
It'd be interesting to see how they basically make use of that. Like,
yeah,
something I got to see in action before I get excited.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then Fable 4 getting leaked. I don't know what a Fable game looks like in 2019, but okay, let's do it.
Right. Yeah. All right. So, are we ready to roll? Everyone has their Audacity.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on. Let me load it up.
I'm looking at you, Robbie.
I've got it up. And I'm pulling up the MP3 converter too, so I can have that taken care of as well.
No more WAV files.
Well, it was just taking too long to get the files in.
Yeah, they're like obnoxiously big to do a WAV.
That's what she said.
I don't even know what that means, but sure, let's go with that. Obnoxiously big to do a WAV. Wait, what?
All right. Are we all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Ready in 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Let me cough real quick. All right.
Dab.
Cough in my elbow. How did you try? How did you? Should make a GIF of that. Okay, so we're ready to roll?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to That Pixel Life. This is episode 55. We're recording on June 4th, 2019, and it is our grand E3 prediction extravaganza. We're going to move away from the standard show format today and really
wait, hold on. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I had the wrong microphone on my Audacity setup because I just plugged everything in.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
Well, at least you figured that. At least you figured that out now. So.
Yeah, I'm on the new computer. Hold on. Son of a bitch! It won't change.
Son bitch.
Hold on. Let me close it.
I finally ordered. It was on sale for like $12. I finally ordered one of those arm stand thingies.
Oh, nice.
For my mic.
Oh, one of these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, these things are godsend. Yeah, I think I paid probably about $15 for this one on Amazon.
Yeah, they come up on deal of the day every now and again. So,
Oh, we got a rumor that just dropped. Alien Isolation 2 could be coming.
I didn't even finish the first one.
I didn't finish it. There's this weird thing with like games like that where it's like I really like them, but then they hit a point where I'm like, it's all right.
I get frustrated with them easy just run all the time.
Yeah.
I mean that game like at least gave you breaks, from that stuff, but still, yeah.
The hide and go seek factor was cool at first, but then some of the mechanics and some of the glitchiness like was frustrating, and I understand because I know the end and I know why it felt this way.
I think I'm ready again.
But it just felt like I could never. It felt like the game was cheating me. No matter what I did, I was going to get attacked by one of the aliens at times, especially later in the game.
All right, we ready to try this again?
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
Are you wanting to start new Audacity recordings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, you want me to stop and restart?
Restart.
Yeah, he just have to cut a bunch of unnecessary audio, anyways.
No problem. Okay, countdown.
Hold on.
Hold on a second. Let me get a new track going.
Yeah, same here.
Add new stereo. All right.
Let's not save that. Let's get rid of that. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Boom.
Shit. Right. Hold on, I fucked up.
All right.
Sorry.
Tracks. Add new.
All right, there we go. Okay.
Ready?
Oh no. Hold on. Okay, now I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
I swear we've done this before.
Right. All right. Ready?
Yes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to That Pixel Life. This is episode 55, recording on June 4th, 2019, and it is our grand E3 prediction extravaganza. we are going to move away from the standard show format tonight and dive into the press conferences. Going to go by the schedule that they are and kind of give our predictions and see what our crystal balls will show us. To do that, I have with me, as always, Mr. Shannon Moore.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Oh, I am fabulous. How about yourself?
Dude, my crystal balls are sweaty as hell right now.
Yeah, it got warm. It got real warm real fast over in the Bay Area.
Yeah,
So,
dude, it was raining last week, and now my body is just like, what? It's like 83 degrees. Like, what is going on? Like, it doesn't know how to process.
yeah, unlike Reggie, my body was not ready. So, also, Mr. Robert Steltenpool.
What's up, guys?
Hey, man. How's the Dirty South treating you?
I don't care what y'all say about heat. Y'all don't know heat. Yeah.
Well, because I don't have that humidity, so
Yeah,
I don't get the stickiness.
It's
with
just
it. Right.
it's just another freaking level. And the thing is, it's even worse 4 hours south in South Georgia, where there's mosquitoes and gnats. And I don't even know if y'all know what gnats are over there in California, but it's incredibly. It's like just a huge swamp down in Valdosta.
Can you fill me in? Do gnats have asses?
What?
You've never heard that before? A gnat's ass? Like, it's
No.
like that's a very small distance.
What
No?
the fuck?
Well,
No? Okay, fine. I guess I'm all by myself. Like,
Then we're
anybody
three-
out there in our Facebook group, if you know what a gnat's ass is, or if you've ever heard that saying, like, please let me know. I'm not the only idiot around here that just knows that
And
thing.
3 minutes in, Shannon made it super awkward. Today I learned something. Gnats have asses, and you can drive for 4 hours and still stay in Georgia. But also returning for our grand E3 extravaganza, Mr. Josh Faulkner.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man. How's Ohio treating you?
We had a KKK rally.
Oh, Jesus
hey.
Christ. Talk about
And,
awkward. I'm out.
Yeah.
I thought those were supposed to happen in my neck of the woods.
I like how Josh is like, here, Shannon, hold my beer.
Yeah. So there was a tornado. I'm sure you guys have heard in my neck of the woods. So luckily I was not affected by that. So that was good. And yeah, we had a Klan rally in downtown Dayton, which 6 people showed up for, and there was I think 700 counter protesters. So they chased them out of town really fast. It was pretty rad. So yeah, that's Ohio for you.
Good times. Good times.
Yeah. Yeah. Lovely.
Shame you didn't have one more just to complete the trilogy. You know?
Yeah. I'm sure I can think of some. Give me some time.
All right. Well, head on over to thatpixellife.com for more of us and get the links for the show on any platform you might be listening to it on. Follow us on Twitter at thatpixellife. Got some show updates, but get on the Facebook group. That's where you can find us most often and interact with us. And yeah,
I do think we have had enough of people say that they want a certain thing to happen, and I think it's going to have to happen.
yeah. Last show it came up that that I threw out there. I want drunk history of Metal Gear Solid from Robbie, which is just going to be me and Robbie drinking beers and Robbie telling me about the history of Metal Gear. And enough people glommed onto that idea that I think we're going to have to do that as a side episode one of these days.
I just think it would be too fun. I
just can't wait for you to get to the Metal Gear 2 like mid-game shit and just that's what it really.
And see, I've done some thorough thinking about this. There's no way I can go by the order the game's released. Like I have to go chronologically.
No. I want you to go games released order because dadgummit, that is how the games were given to us. So
does that mean I have to fit in Ground Zero with the vagina bomb thing? Do I have to do that?
You're gonna have to tell me why 4 just stops and I'm watching some asshole cut up a snake in an underground sewer cooking show for like 10 minutes. Like you're gonna have to do all that shit.
All right,
that was my favorite one of the bunch.
What, 4?
Well, I love 4. 4 is my favorite Metal Gear.
4 is amazing. 4 is great.
But yes. So
also, I just want to be put on record. Dan Reichert's a psychopath. I just want to throw that out there as well from the Giant Beast cast. His blind defense of Metal Gear just blows me away.
We all have our things, you know.
It's true.
But I think if no one has anyone else, we should probably just jump right into it because this is going to
Let's-
be a
let's do
meaty
it.
episode. This is going to
It
be
is.
like this is going to be the Togo's extra meat sandwich of podcasts as we go down these press conferences. So why don't we hit the ground running with some Microsoft? I was going to just do this in the order of the.
Son of a
Oh,
bitch.
hold on. We got a phone call.
Apparently,
Go ahead and pick it up, man. Who is it?
Hey, Shannon.
Oh my god.
No, keep it rolling, man. This is great.
Yeah. It's Phil Spencer calling. He's very upset about this
Yeah.
podcast.
Y'all remember that time that we drafted Sean Layden?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember,
Joys of living at my house.
I remember meeting Sean Layden. That was fun.
Sean
The
Layden.
funny thing about Sean Layden is he cursed a lot, and I was not expecting that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey,
He's just like, "What the
Shannon,
fuck's up, guys?" I'm like, "Whoa, Sean Layden he cursed."
What is going on?
This is
over there?
killing me right now, dude. Like,
Is this like a sales call?
it's a freaking like follow up call to like a doctor's appointment.
Oh,
This is just.
are you okay,
Shannon,
Shannon?
Shannon, we want to
everything
let you know
okay?
that you have passed. You passed your hepatitis test with an A, B, and C.
You have all of the diseases. Thank you. Just putting that out there. HIPAA what? No, you don't have to worry about that.
All
Anyway,
right. Are we ready to go?
yeah, let's just keep going. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, so the first one we are going to tackle is Microsoft. I'm going to do this in the order. If Shannon cuts that, you guys missed a gem. It was great. And I'm just going to go the order of the press conferences. I mean, the first one actually is the EA Play event, but does anyone care?
No.
I mean, it's going to be Jedi and a bunch of stuff that's already been released. So
I think it's like I said off air. I think it says everything that you need to know about where EA's at, where their biggest game of the year is Anthem, and they're not even talking about it at the conference because of the state that it's in.
Dude,
So,
they're the EA or the Anthem Twitter profile hasn't put any new information out for over a month. Like
Yeah.
nothing. And this
Oof.
is and they wanted to talk about they had a roadmap for this game. Like, I mean,
it's got pushed back already 3 times.
I don't even think there's a roadmap anymore. I think it's just a pothole.
They're in a rough spot, and so is BioWare, and that freaking breaks my heart. And all I care about, I just want another Dragon Age. That's all I care about. Like that's all I want is a new Dragon Age. But yeah, what's the first conference we're doing?
So the first conference is Microsoft, and I was going to have Mr. Faulkner kick us off here with his first prediction. Well, actually, real quick, let's go through what we know with Microsoft. So we know, they're saying they were going to be 14 first-party games. Everyone's pretty sure Forza is going to be one of those games. Gears 5 is one of those games. The Gears, the other
Funko
Gear.
Pop?
No, not the Funko Pop. The Gears XCOM game.
Okay.
I think that's supposed to be there, and Halo is supposed to be there. Outside of that, it's kind of wide open. And the other thing, I'm going to take away people's predictions because the rumor dropped today that seemed pretty substantial that Fable 4 is on its way.
Yeah.
So with that being said, Josh, what you got?
Okay. Well, Microsoft, I mean, this is a really big opportunity for them this year. Obviously, they're the only big conference. I'm pretty sure a lot of big publishers that want to be in a conference, their game highlighted in a conference is going to be Microsoft because it's their only one. So, so here's the thing about Microsoft. They definitely they need to bring it home. They need to be big this year because this is a big opening for them to draw in more people to their brand, and all eyes are on them. I mean, we got Nintendo too. People are excited about that, but they're off doing their own thing, and they're kind of a partner of theirs right now. So, my first prediction though is I think we're going to see the Project X Cloud stuff announced, and I honestly think that this is going to be a cloud-based Game Pass. I think they're going to use that technology to bring Game Pass into the cloud so you can use it on your phone, you can use it on your tablet, you can use it on your smart TV, and yes, you can use it on your Nintendo Switch. I think that's where they're going with it. I think that's what they were using this whole cloud technology for streaming games for. It fits Game Pass very well because you need a subscription service. That's their subscription service right now, and I think that's what they're going to use it for. That's my first prediction.
Yeah, and I have a tendency to agree with you on that. Like that was kind of one of my predictions that I had between Microsoft and Nintendo, is that we were going to do that. That Microsoft was going to say that with there was going to be some type of Game Pass deal where they were going to have Xbox 360 games and maybe some low impact like Xbox One games be playable on the Nintendo Switch right now. So that way, I kind of killed two birds with one stone. So I'm kind of in that same ballpark with you. I kind of think that something is coming down the pike where they're gonna exploit that new Nintendo partnership.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be their Stadia, more or less, is what I think it is. But I don't think it'll be tied to any game. I think it's just going to be tied to Game Pass stuff. I think that's one way they're going to expand Game Pass is by letting you start a game on your Xbox, and then later on you can pull it up on your cell phone. And especially now that iOS supports,
I was just about to say that was a huge and hidden announcement in the iOS 13 was that Xbox and PlayStation controllers are going to be supported.
Yeah, you notice how they announced that a week before E3? So, yeah, that's what I'm going with.
All right. Shannon, what you got?
Oh, I already kind of jumped in with Josh on his. So, Robbie, what you got?
All right. And by the way, I will be keeping score for these as I always do, and I will walk out the victor as I always do. My first one is a huge new partnership will be announced. And this is the one that was supposed to be announced last year. Because I don't know if y'all remember, but there was a rumor that Microsoft was going to be announcing a huge partnership, not like that they bought a new studio. It wasn't like Ninja Theory or someone like that. Like it was a big purchase. But they withheld it at the last minute from the conference. And I think we're going to hear what that is this year.
What do you think it is? Are you talking about a partnership or an acquisition?
I didn't mean to say partnership. I mean to say acquisition. An acquisition. Like, I don't know. What I would love for it to be, I would love for it to be Rocksteady. I would.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, they did just say that they're not going to be at E3 this year. So, but I mean, that doesn't mean they can't announce that they purchased the studio.
My guess of who it is separate from my actual official prediction. But like, I would love for it to be someone like Rocksteady, or someone like that, where a game that people or games that people really love come from the studio and they're snagging them up because they have to. They have to, especially after what they did. Insomniac did with Spider-Man.
How about this? What if that it's not an acquisition, but what if it's a partnership and that partnership is Bungie, who's no longer associated with Activision?
Like Microsoft gets them back.
Yeah.
But wouldn't Microsoft allow them to continue to publish Destiny on other platforms other than PC, like on PlayStation?
It seems to go along with their Minecraft model if they feel strong enough about Destiny, and maybe you get a side launch of Destiny 3 out of this. That is now under the Microsoft banner.
Didn't Bungie say we're going to hear more about the next step for Destiny 2?
Yeah, it already leaked. It's like it's something that takes place on the moon or something. I forgot the name of it, but like they data mined like the latest patch, and they already got like the name of it and everything.
Because if there's anything I remember about Destiny, it's that the moon had the most space to play on.
That's what everyone kind of continually groaned when they saw like it was on the moon. I'm like, really, the moon again? But
I mean that wizard was from the moon, though.
Yeah. So I'm assuming there will be wizards.
You know what, Zach? That's a freaking good point. It's a good freaking point. Zach, what's your first one, man?
That's what I do. I bring great points. That's so I mean, Josh stole a little of my thunder with his Xbox Cloud equals Google Stadia thing, because that's kind of where I was going too with that. The one I think, I mean, it could almost be a wild card, but I don't necessarily think so. I think they're going to leverage the new Nintendo partnership also, but I think they are going to do it in a way that allows them to make use of one of their biggest in-house studios backlog, which is I see a bunch of rare HD remakes coming.
That to the Switch.
maybe to the Switch and maybe to the Xbox. I'm saying, like, let's do Banjo-Kazooie. Let's do some of these rare classic games that were Nintendo properties but have been held up because it's a Microsoft studio now. I could see them releasing a bunch of HD remakes coming in short order. And it makes sense that, I mean, Sea of Thieves is doing okay, but Rare's been doing something this entire time, and it ain't just making pretty waves. So let's see what's coming down the pipe there. I can see it.
The whole Nintendo and Microsoft partnership, I really think is more a give and take kind of thing. Like, I really don't see Nintendo giving much up in that relationship. I think it's more Microsoft like, hey, we can sell more, of our game studio games on the Switch. I don't really see Nintendo doing much with Microsoft on the flip side. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I agree with you. And let's be clear. I'm not saying like Mario Kart's coming to the Xbox.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, we're not going to see anything like that. I would highly doubt it. But
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that like Diddy Kong Racing comes across, like or a Banjo-Kazooie, something that isn't like a Nintendo proper title, like it's not Mario, it's not one of the canon characters. It's a beloved franchise that had a good resurgence in Nuts and Bolts, but the original games were held up in litigation, and so you've never seen them again. And it'd be it would be I think a good PR move on both companies' accounts.
Well, they did have it on Rare Replay.
But it wasn't an HD remake.
No.
Yeah.
But it was ports.
But I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of them, but Crash sold. Spyro sold. Like I could see Nintendo and Microsoft wanting to get in on this action. And if all Nintendo has to do is cash checks to make it happen, sure, great. Why not? So that's where I'm going with that.
Okay. Cool.
Go ahead, Zach, and give us your next. Like, let's just snake it. Zach,
we got a snake draft?
Yeah, let's just snake draft it. Zach, you tell us your next one.
My next one, and I think that this is going to rankle some people. Robbie Siltenthal. I think you'll see Final Fantasy VII on Microsoft stage. I think Microsoft is going to take full advantage that Sony is not there and pull Square Enix up on stage and be like, "Hey guys, Final Fantasy VII coming to Xbox. Let's do it."
It's a freaking 2-hour show.
Phil Spencer's going to walk in with a Cloud shirt on.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I think
he just walks on stage with like his 14-foot long sword, dragging behind him. Yeah.
I think that's how we should do this. Like, everybody guesses what game shirt he's gonna be wearing, and like you get automatically like 10 extra points just for guessing correctly.
I want him to come out with a shirt that just says "Battletoads is still a bad idea." Like just a shirt that just is that.
So bad.
As he announces a new Battletoads game.
Well, it got announced last year, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it's.
I bet that junk's gonna come out this year, and it's gonna not be good.
It's gonna be one of the 14 titles.
Well, and the whole 14. Just a quick side note: the whole 14 titles thing. That does not mean that those are all developed in-house. That means those are because Microsoft Studios produces a lot of games. So that could be just 14 games that they are producing as well, And I just wanted to say that as a quick aside. My next game, and Zach had to step away for a second, but my next prediction is that we actually will not get a Forza game this year.
Oh, really?
I actually hope you're right about that, because I think they need to take a break.
Yeah, I think it's the perfect time to take a break. Forza Horizon 3, was it? This last one?
4.
Yeah, it was 4. Forza Horizon 4 was fun, but you could just tell.
Wait, you said it was fun? You liked it?
Yeah, but you got to remember, I hate racing games, and I've played like.
I'm shocked that you just said something positive about a Forza game.
Well, it doesn't help that I was repaying a debt that I owed Zach.
That was for 3, buddy.
I know
that one doesn't count. It looked like you played that one on your own will.
Well, it was on Game Pass, so it was just.
Yeah.
It was just kind of easy to play, and look, it was beautiful and fun. But Zach, you're here just in time. My prediction again is there will be no Forza game this year.
Oh,
I could see them saving Forza Motorsport, like what is it, 8? For like a launch next year.
What are they gonna do? What are they gonna bring out on stage then? Because usually don't they bring a car out on stage? Like,
Yeah, bro.
What are they gonna do this year?
Shannon, let me take you back 2 years to 2017 when we were in the house, man.
Yeah, I was just about to say, let's tell that story.
So you walk in, you see the stage, and of course it looks gorgeous and sleek, and it's just this black matted floor, just really shiny and everything. But then on the outsides of the stage, you just saw these like boxes over and over, like you just saw these like framed boxes over and over again. You're like, okay, well, this is obviously Xbox One X, and it was, because they revealed that as well. But then you saw like this platform that no one was going near, no one was on, and you're like, okay, well, that's definitely gonna be where the car shows up. and that when that car just spun up or whatever, and we were just like, that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like the biggest, like they were expecting like this ooh moment, and everyone was just like, we all knew it was a car. Like yeah, like okay,
it's like EA and FIFA, like that Microsoft is bringing a car out.
I think maybe the Forza team will make like a motorcycle racing game this year instead, and they'll just bring a Suzuki out.
There you go.
Suzuki motorcycle from the ceiling.
Well, maybe they'll go back. Maybe they won't bring Forza back this year, but maybe they'll do like a Project Gotham Racing.
That'd be rad, man! I love those games.
I could see some like
bring back Blur.
Blur. You know what? I'm not even gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna say no Forza game this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I will say this about the EA. EA had like they are such like. Here's EA, okay, or I'm sorry, here's normal acceptance from fans. EA is down here, like here, like if you're on camera, you can't see the camera, but it's deep, okay. They're like people freaking accept Barbie games before they accept what EA's been doing. They need to release a new Skate game, like Skate 4 would help so much. Like,
yeah, but they'll just microtransaction the hell out of it. You want those Vans shoes? And
like for
$5.99.
Why don't they love money? Like, there's so many things they could have been doing. Mass Effect remaster, just little things across the board. The BioWare series like getting remastered. Like, give me Old Republic remastered. Like games like that. Like why? And Skate 4. Like I just don't understand why they don't.
Because they're waiting until they feel they're in trouble to release that, to give themselves like a little bit of like a boost in income.
Well, after Anthem, they are definitely in trouble.
Yeah, I just want my Freedom Fighters 2, guys. I mean, just give me that EA.
I'll take a proper Dead Space. Also.
Oh my gosh, don't.
Well, that's actually been one of the rumors going around. Is one of the 14 games from Microsoft is going to be a game called Session, which is supposed to kind of fill the Skate hole.
Yeah, but I've heard bad things about that game.
Yeah, have you?
Like some early buzz from it saying that it wasn't very good. If that's the same game I'm thinking of,
that'd be such a bummer if that's true.
Yeah, I think that's the same game I'm thinking of. That they were saying it wasn't so hot. At least it was shaping up to be not very good. So I don't know.
Shannon, what's your prediction, buddy? Your next one.
I'm gonna say that out of the 14 new games that they're touting that they're gonna be showing off, I'm gonna say less than 50% are gonna make it out before the new Xbox console does.
That's a fair assumption, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, like 14.
Yeah.
I can't see them. You know what? I'll even bolder. I'll probably go up to like 75% because like I don't think that they're investing heavily in this console anymore. I think they're waiting for that next one to come out.
Well, there is that rumor going around that apparently the first couple of years of the next console's lifespan, all those games are going to be on Xbox One and One X as well.
That's kind of dumb.
That is kind of dumb. I don't like that idea.
That's kind of like what happened this console generation. Like they came out with the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, and they didn't have any games for it, so they just kind of
I don't agree with that on PS4. Like PS4 launched with Shadowfall. It launched with oh my gosh, Second Son. It like the PS4 launched with games.
I don't remember that because like I honestly remember like
Resogun. because I worked at GameStop during that time. Like that was the last. That was one of the last years I was working at GameStop.
I remember Battlefield 4 being a big one for launch of PS4.
Well, I remember Diablo 3. Like I remember like a lot of like HD remakes coming out right in that initial release window, just to kind of pad their.
Second Son came out in February. Like it came out 3 or 4 months after the console release, but Shadowfall was a day one release, and I mean, everyone hates it.
Warframe was a big thing too. Yeah, no, well,
Knack. Games for garbage. Like, there was no like real like seller that I mean.
Resogun. I stand by this. Resogun is a top 10 PS4 game. That game is awesome, and
it's all right. It held my attention.
Shut your mouth. I just said it was great. Don't you say it was all right. I'm just kidding. No, Shannon, you're right. Like it, especially for Xbox, we expect games to be ready at launch to make a better message than what they did this past time go around.
Mm-hmm. Which is why you're not seeing Halo Infinite until the next console, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
so Shannon, I just want to get this wording right. 75% is what you said.
That's just out of the 14. I'm gonna say roughly what, like
9 of them.
Yeah, 9 of them aren't gonna make it out this before the next console.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, I think your math already adds up just by what we know. I mean, we know that Ori is coming for this console.
Yeah, it is. Game of the year. Game of the year, baby.
Mother of God. Outside of Ori, is there another Xbox exclusive that we know is coming out in the relative future?
Gears 5. Gears 5 is going to be this year.
Funko Pop Gears.
Yeah, Gears 5 will be this year. I mean,
yeah, I think it will too. Yeah, I mean, they showed off a lot of that last year. It looked like it was pretty well in development.
I mean, yeah, it helps whenever you're only developing one game, but yeah,
yeah.
It looked really good. Like I walked away saying, man, Gears 4 was okay. That Horde mode was amazing, but the story was kind of meh. I would love to see Gears 5 be better. I stand by the fact that it's so crazy to me how we had Kingdom Hearts 3 go so long before it released, and we had like 4 Gears of War games, like 17 Halo games, 4 Uncharted games, all come out within that time span. Josh, what is your next prediction, man?
It's kind of going off what Zach was saying. My next prediction is that I think that they're going to use the attention that they're going to be getting this E3, because everyone's going to be watching this conference. It's like probably the biggest thing that's coming out of this E3 is the Microsoft conference. And I think they're going to use that conference to show off bringing back classic franchises to get more people involved in the Microsoft brand, because they want to get people buying their console and other than Sony. I mean, if they can get a head start on the next gen here, and if they can bring back some classic franchises that people care about, that might sell some Xbox, Xbox 2s or whatever the hell they're going to call it, X2, or I don't know. So, I mean, like Zach said, I think we could very well see a Banjo-Kazooie, a new Perfect Dark, and we already know Battletoads is happening. I could see them maybe doing a Killer Instinct 2. We know Fable's coming back.
Killer Instinct 2 would be so smart.
Yeah, I could see him maybe tapping in some old Xbox stuff, like maybe like Mech Assault or Crimson Skies or something like that to bring people back in.
Bloodwake.
Yeah, what was the one? The one with the dinosaur guy on the front. Shit,
Josh, you better mention it. Josh, you better list it. Don't you disrespect.
Brute Force.
Brute Force.
No, don't you disrespect my favorite Xbox, the first Xbox game. Don't you disrespect it.
What is it?
Voodoo Vents.
Whenever I say it, you're gonna be like, "Oh, you're gonna make fun of me." You're gonna be like, "Oh, crap,
Obi-Wan.
That's right."
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, hell yeah! Give me an Obi-Wan remaster, okay?
That would make people buy a PS5. I'm sorry.
I would buy 2. Okay, I would buy 2 Xboxes if an Obi-Wan remaster came out. Okay, because
all right,
dude, don't hate on the game that gave us the backflip. Okay,
I'm not hating on the game. Everyone hated on that game. It's not just me. If you're gonna get pissed at me about it, you gotta get pissed at the world about that one, homie.
You get pissed at the internet.
Yeah,
I love that game. It's so good. Okay.
All right.
I just want Viva Pinata. Just give me a new Viva Pinata. That's all I want.
That again. That's a good call, man. That's a good call.
It is again goes back to EA's failure. Because didn't EA make that game? Didn't they do? produce
No,
it?
it was
Rare made Viva
Okay.
Pinata. Yeah.
It's a complete failure that we've not seen another Viva Pinata. Like those games are so freaking good.
100% agree. They're amazing games, and they could be. There's so much that could be improved on them and like modernized, and it's just like, yeah, why hasn't? I mean, it's the closest thing out there. I mean, it's apples and oranges, but it's the closest thing in gaming space that exists to Pokemon that isn't Pokemon, and they've just not done anything with it, and it's amazing to me.
Yeah, there's a
Josh, give me your final prediction, my good sir.
I think.
Or
I
your
think-
second one.
No, this is my third one.
Okay.
I think that there's not going to be a new console shown. I don't think we're going to get a name. I don't think we're going to get a date. I don't think we're getting anything like that. I think they're going to do like what they did last year. They're going to talk about it. They're going to mention a few things that they have planned for it, and then we're going to get probably like a conference, another one, like a big showing of it, like in next spring. So if anyone's expecting them to show off the new console, I don't think that's happening at all this E3.
See, I would have to disagree with you.
Just from the rumors that I've heard as well, that like one of the reasons why it's a 2-hour show is because of that console.
Think so? But
Yeah.
are we going to see it though? Are they going to show what it looks like? Are they going to give us a name?
Yeah, I think so.
Think so? Are we going to see a controller?
I don't know.
Because it would just be asinine to show a silhouette of the system last year and not show it this year when we know 2020 is where new consoles are coming.
I can see them like this showing, like explaining the gut. Like they'll show us the motherboard of it and tell us what's inside of it and what's powering it and stuff like that. And then like some of the plans they have with like the OS and the software and how they're going to bring gamers together and all that shit that they do. But I don't think we're going to actually see the console or have a name for it yet.
I mean, most of the core people that are going to watch that, I don't think are going to be too interested in the innards of it. I think they'll be more interested in like the glitz and the glam of like what's going on.
Backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
Is it diskless? I mean, because here's the thing. Last year, I remember distinctly, they made the statement that it was going to be the most powerful console we had ever seen. Like that's what they said last year about what this was going to be. It's a year later, and we know for a fact of what Sony is making. Like we actually know the specs of it and everything. That's a very beefy console. I mean, we're not. I'll just say this: I'll be surprised. I will be very surprised if we don't get a ton of information on that console this year.
You guys are crazy, man. No console and no Forza. Like, what conference do you think this is? Like, Jesus.
No, dude, I think that I'm going to go the opposite way. I think they're going to pull a freaking Oprah and like they're going to be like, here's the console. They're going to like drop the price on like all their other consoles that they have out right now just to push those numbers up. And then they're going to like throw out free vouchers for everybody that's in the audience for the new console. That's my call, dude.
No joke. That's what they do at GameStop conferences. Dude, like if you're a GameStop manager, you absolutely love the year that a console comes out because you know for a fact that they're going to give you a console. And that's what they do every year for GameStop managers.
Wow.
Yeah. Which, hey, we're like, hey, we know we treat you like crap every year. Console.
We treat you like crap every year. All right,
now, do I think that they should show off the new console? Yes, because again, all eyes are going to be on them this year. But I still don't think they're ready. That's why I'm wondering.
Josh, I'll ask you this. I mean, I think you know my history of my feelings on Xbox. I just want them to give me a reason to want their console. Because like I have an Xbox One S and I have Game Pass and it has been fun. Like I've been playing through Mortal Kombat 10 and I haven't played through a Mortal Kombat game in almost 12 years. So like it has given me stuff that I have wanted, but it has never given me like there is not a single game exclusive for Xbox that compares to any exclusive that I have played on PlayStation.
And I'll agree with you there. Yeah, I agree with you.
And so and Zach and I say this all the time, but like I want a game that says I can only get that on Xbox and I want to play it. And so I'm going to spend the $400 to $600 on their new console to play that game.
Yeah. No, I get it, man. Makes sense to me.
Are you in that same boat right now? Like, how do you feel about it?
I mean, there's stuff that Microsoft has that I do enjoy. I mean, I like Gears, I like Halo, you know, I like that stuff. But I will completely agree with you. What Sony has is significantly better. You know, there's nothing that came out exclusively on an Xbox other than Forza Horizon games that I would put in the league of like God of War and stuff like that, Horizon and
Uncharted and
yeah, totally. So I even really like Days Gone. I've been enjoying that game quite a bit. So. You know, they make good stuff.
We'll have to talk off the air because I want a reason to pull the trigger on that game during the state of play next week. So we'll talk about that after we're done. Shannon, last pick.
Oh, I already mentioned mine. I told you, man. I think that we're going to get a price for the console, for the new console. We're going to get a price reduction in their the Xbox One SAD and like the Xbox One and all their other lines. And then I think, like I said, it might be a reach. It might be a little far out there, but I think they got to do something to get people hyped for that new console. And I think if they're not going to, if the console is still in early development, I think they might do something like a voucher for people in the audience. Just do something to kind of get people hyped and get them buzzing about the new console.
I mean, there's no real EA conference. There's no real Sony conference. We know Nintendo's not releasing any system at all. If Xbox doesn't take this opportunity to make me or everybody want their next console, like, can we all agree that's kind of a failure?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yep, that's a fail.
So my last prediction is we know that Obsidian was bought last year by Xbox. We know we know a little bit of detail about it, which it sounds amazing. Like it sounds like a Fallout game in space, which I mean, space is not normally my thing, but I trust Obsidian. My last prediction.
Whoa. Space is not your thing, and your kid's middle name is Kenobi.
Listen, there's a difference.
This is a very good point. This is a very solid point.
Am I hearing this correctly?
Okay. All right. I'll make this very quick. I do not view Star Wars as straight science fiction because of the fantastical elements of the Force and the powers that are in that world. Okay. Like I care more about the Jedi and the Sith than I do freaking about the war and the battle and the different planets and stuff. So, but yes, you are absolutely right. That
he gets down on 20% of the entire movie.
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true.
Closes his eyes, turn to space.
Yeah.
So
I'm not seeing this.
Well, it doesn't help that a Jedi is the one who saves the day in the first movie. Okay?
Wake me up when they're back on Naboo, okay?
Yeah, that's right. So my last, dude, that pod race is sick. I don't care what anybody says. My last prediction is that
is pod racing.
The new Obsidian game will release this year on Xbox exclusively.
You think because I thought they were still keeping it multi-platform.
I'm calling it that. Like that's one of my predictions. That
they pulled an Epic Game Store and is like, nope, sorry, can't have it. PlayStation.
It will be exclusive to Xbox, and it is coming out this year.
Okay.
I didn't want to go super crazy with Xbox because I don't like they're just kind of an anomaly this year. Like as far as you know what I'm saying. Like it's kind of hard to come up with some really great prediction.
Well, the whole thing's an anomaly, if you ask me. Because we're at the very tail end of this generation. Like, are we going to be getting like scraps and leftovers of this generation? Or are we going to get a lot of next gen stuff? You know, like we really don't know what to expect.
So,
Shannon, what were you? Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was just going to mirror exactly the same thing he said. It's like it's just nobody's this year. That everybody's doing like really well at like keeping secrets. Like not
Ubisoft.
Yeah, well,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
For the most part, everybody is, but I mean, they it's really kind of fun. It kind of brings more of the excitement back into the conference, and I think that's a good thing. I think a lot of people learned last year that like being too out in front of the conference kind of ruined a lot of the pizzazz of it. So I think it's good that they're being a little bit more closer to the vest with their information right now.
So my final one kind of piggybacks on that because I think you're going to see a lot of stuff that's going to straddle both generations. I think anything that's getting released right at the end here is going to be playable on the next system, just up-res. And that is why I think Microsoft brings CD Projekt Red on stage to announce Cyberpunk is releasing this year.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
And plays best on Xbox One.
Yeah, but Jason Schreier, though, he's been saying that he's pretty in the know that game's a 2020 game. Like, they wanted to release it this year, but it's not realistic.
You know what? Jason Schreier don't know everything.
You don't know
that is true.
And I also was told or read that last E3 they showed that game was playable start to finish. So
really?
It's been a year. Yeah,
that I did not know.
Giant and.
Man, I hope you're right on that. I want that game back.
I want it so bad.
Like, again, like, where I'm going to make fun of again, but like, sci-fi isn't my thing, but I trust CD Projekt Red with everything. Like, I will play any game they freaking make. I really will.
Yeah. I mean, we're getting Death Stranding this year. I mean, I didn't think that would ever happen.
Exactly. That was kind of what actually, Josh, that's exactly the thing that made me think this. I didn't think Death Stranding was ever even going to come out, let alone this year. and the fact that like it's like, oh no, and it's coming, it made me go, well, what else is in that realm that would be that big of a surprise? And Cyberpunk's that.
It's like Kojima just like gets a jetpack and just flies off into nowhere and never finishes the game.
Right, exactly.
Well, like, just really quickly, I know we don't have Sony to talk about, so I do want to mention this. Like, if you look at the timetable, okay, so Phantom Pain comes out in 2015. At PSX of 2015, Kojima comes out, is, Jeff Keighley, like, makes a big deal about him and, congratulates him for the great honor of the superb and immaculate game that Phantom Pain was. And then the next year...
Sounds like second place to me, but sure.
As we've learned in our country, sometimes the right winner doesn't get picked. Okay.
Through that.
So anyway, then the next year we're shown a very weird trailer in 2016 of Death Stranding. The whales on the beach and then the guys up in the air and Norman Reedus' face. We knew also at the beginning of mid-end 2016 that they decided on an engine to use, which was the team for Horizon Zero Dawn. And so, like, essentially this game has been built in 3 years. That tells me two things. One, Sony was not going to let Kojima sit on something and work 10 years on a game. Like, they were like, hey, man, you can have this money, you can have this access, but you are going to produce this game very quickly. And two, there's no way in Hades Death Stranding is longer than 10 hours. Like,
oh, no, just with the cast that they have, having to pay them for all that?
Yeah.
No, like, just budget-wise, there's no way.
I actually hope it is, like less than 10 hours. Like a good 8-hour game. I love a good 8-hour game.
Yeah, I agree. I hope it's like a tight experience. Maybe some online aspects. Because the way he makes it sound like Kojima makes it sound like it's almost like a Journey kind of multiplayer online thing. Like, you won't interact directly with someone that you can choose direct with, but you will interact with someone's world, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm sorry to sidetrack us. But go ahead, Zach.
Well, I was going to say, why don't we sally forth onto Bethesda?
Yeah, man.
Because I'm actually pretty stoked about their lineup coming this year.
Too.
We know you're going to see the new Wolfenstein. You're going to see, what's it? I'm sure they'll probably trot out something for Fallout 76. Just to be like, hey, that's a game that exists that we still are supporting.
Did y'all listen to that interview for IGN with him?
Yes, that made me hate him even more.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
He was incredibly blunt.
Yeah. More on that here in a minute.
Yeah, but almost,
and then
almost unfair.
And then I think their big capper is going to be Doom Eternal, because that should be their big game. Because I can't wait for that freaking game.
Is that this year though?
That's the question. But well, let's get to the predictions, and starting us off is Shannon Moore.
Well, I think after they bring out the 3 people that are still playing Fallout 76, I think they will say that Doom Eternal will come out, I think, within the next 3 months. Like I think it'll be
3
like
months.
a summer. Yeah, I think it's going to be relatively soon.
You think early holiday maybe?
Yeah, because I think what they're going to try to do is I think they're going to try to beat the Call of Duty. I think they'll try to take over that like Christmas spot this year.
I'm so sorry, Shannon. Could you just repeat that really quickly?
I think that Doom Eternal is going to come out probably in like September, October timeframe.
Okay.
All right.
My wife is listening to something upstairs, and it was super loud, so I just got distracted by what you were. I don't know what she's watching. It sounds like someone's getting murdered. So
awesome.
Well, on that note, it's your pick, Robbie. What you got?
Okay. So I just want to say this before I say my prediction. I think Bethesda is in a spot just like Xbox where they're kind of like, we know some things, but we don't know everything. And I think they can really give us a surprising conference in the sheer fact that they're still having a conference. Like, they said back in 16, like, after 2016, they're not going to have a conference because there's nothing to show. But they've continued to have a conference every year, and they keep filling up an hour. Now, last year was not the best because it was Fallout 76, and it was like 20 minutes, and no one really cared.
And Andrew WK.
And that's right.
It was time to party. So
yeah, it's always time to party, especially on our podcast. Anyway,
by the way, I unabashedly love Andrew WK. Like not even ironically, I love that guy.
I used to jam that debut album.
Hell, that debut album is so good. Like, can we just stop and talk about that?
Yeah, I love all the songs on that album because it's like track one's like it's time to party. Track two is
okay.
party.
Yeah.
Track three is let's party. Every song's about fucking party.
Zach, you're at Andrew WK or whatever is my Chris Cornell. I will.
Well, Chris Cornell's good, but okay.
Like Chris Cornell's backing band doesn't look like they just wandered in from a Jimmy Buffett concert. Like
they didn't look like they rolled out of a dumpster,
right? Like exactly.
Yes, but to be fair, most of Chris Cornell's songs sound very close to each other. They're like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I love them both. I'll defend them till the day I die.
But if it is time to party, you put on that debut Andrew WK album.
That's right, bro.
God damn it, you got a party on your hands. Like I'm telling you right now.
And the thing is, I always take my shirt off when I party.
Hey,
just like he does. But Bethesda, my first prediction is we're gonna actually see new details on their space RPG. Like I think they're
Starfield.
Yes, I couldn't remember the name. That's why I wrote down Space Game. I think we were going to get new information on Starfield, and here's the reason: because of the fact that Fallout 76 was so bad, so badly received, so continues to be so badly received that they have to get us excited about what's to come. And I know we're not going to see Elder Scrolls for freaking like 7 years, but I don't know. I'm not going to predict when Starfield comes out, but I do believe that we are going to get details on what that game is this year.
I will take it a step further because that's actually one of mine as well. I think they will show off Starfield this year, and I think they will not show anything or even mention Elder Scrolls 6 because of Fallout 76. Like they just kind of tainted open world games for them right now, in those franchises. And I think they're just going to kind of let that roll off and then like, hey, here's the Starfield game. It's a sci-fi shooter, So yeah, I think they will show that off.
And I agree with you. It's also one of those things where it's not a known property. So people aren't going to be like, oh, well, there's that Elder Scrolls jank, or well, they screwed up Fallout 4 and 76. So how are they screwing this up? It'll be
try to put a meme on this one, assholes.
Yeah, exactly.
I in the moment, of course, I'm super excited because I'm such an Elder Scrolls fan. Like I love Oblivion, excuse me, and I love Skyrim, but I think they made a fundamental mistake in showing off. Even teasing, even mentioning the next Elder Scrolls game because it's so far away. And so for the last year, all we've heard in interviews with these guys is when this game is coming, when is this game coming, when this game coming, and they set themselves up for that. And so I think you're right, Josh. I think we will not see a single thing about it. I would love to see gameplay for Starfield, though. I really would.
Me too.
All right, so my first prediction is one of their studios has been really quiet since Evil Within 2 came out, and I think you're going to see Tango's next project, which will be another horror game. I'm hoping it's not Evil Within 3. I'm hoping it's something new. But I think you are going to see their next project on stage. And
well, they did confirm that Shinji Mikami is going to be at E3. So
there it is.
Someone's about to get a full point.
All right,
Yep.
let's do it.
Yep. So you might be getting somewhere with that. I think Todd Howard will come out on stage and he will continue to lie out of his ass. And I think he will mention Fallout 76 and it'll go something. I think they're going to have Fallout 76 DLC. And it's going to go something like this. He's going to go out there and be like, well, I know our launch wasn't so great, guys, but the passionate community has come through and they put so much creativity and time into this franchise. So they're going to just blow it off and make it sound like the game is amazing. Like he's already done in that IGN interview. He's going to come out there. He's going to pull that shit again. And he's going to continue to push Fallout 76.
What really bothered me, just to mention, what really bothered me about that interview is when he admitted, hey, yeah, we knew we were going to get pushback on Fallout 76. Like, we knew there were issues. Like, dude, if you knew there were issues, then why release the game?
Yeah. He's like, yeah, this isn't a Metacritic kind of game, you know? I'm like, what? Who says that? Every game is a Metacritic game if you're in the game industry, man. No one wants a shitty Metacritic
Well,
score.
I mean, they released a freaking they did put a press release out before the game came out that basically said, yeah, we know it's broken, guys. Sorry. Like, I mean, that was like, wait, who does that? Like,
yeah. Enjoy your vinyl bag.
All right, well, let's snake it back. So what's your next one, Josh?
I think Quake was it 4 or 5? I think Quake 5 will be announced. I don't think it's going to be one of their main studios, though. I think they're going to outsource it to someone else, sort of like they did with Rage 2. Rage 2 is really fun, by the way.
Now, do you think it's Quake 5 or like how they redid Doom, or it's just Quake?
No, I think that could be very well be. I think it's a brand new Quake game, and I don't think it's going to be the half machine, half people thing. I think Rage 2 did well enough for that. It had plenty of that stuff in there.
Right.
There is at times where I thought that game was Quake 4.
Dude,
but
the enemies in Rage 2, there are some of them that are like straight out of Quake. It is like it's kind of weird, actually.
Yeah, I love I forgot who said it, but someone said the main villain of Rage 2 is like every robot character on the front of a graphics card box.
It's kind of true.
It's totally true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're going to go back to like the sort of horror theme Quake. I think that's something that they have not done for a long time, and it's well overdue. And I hope that they I think it's going to be a next gen game, though. I don't think it's going to be like anytime soon. I think it'll be next gen, but I think it's time for Quake and not Champions.
Yeah, not their Overwatch attempt, but
yes,
a proper Quake.
I'm surprised that still exists.
Right. What was the okay? So it's back to me.
Yes.
My prediction. Damn it! Hold on, I lost my place here. My prediction is that you are going to see it, kind of backing on what you were saying with Todd Howard and Fallout 76. I agree with you on that, but I think they're going to try to relaunch Fallout 76. Yep. I think it's going to be like, and coming in August, we've completely revamped this, and we've done all this work to make the missions this way and make the characters this way, and we've integrated all the stuff the community's been asking for, and it's all coming in one new package. You know, like I think they're going to. I think because they have so much invested in Fallout 76 that I think they're going to try to relaunch it. I'm not saying it'll
Fallout 76 It Works edition.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's kind of going to be what they did, what Bungie did with Destiny with Taken King, where it was like, okay, here's the big fix that fixes everything and makes it what we kind of said it was going to be initially. I think that's what they're going to try to do.
Yeah. See, I'll piggyback off of yours just to kind of throw mine out there too, because mine was kind of similar. I kind of said that they were going to have an offline mode for Fallout 76, so that you didn't have to play with like other people. It would be like more of a traditional Fallout game for the fans of the series. So I mean, that's what I was going to say. Is like with the failure of the game itself in the always online view, maybe that they were just going to go more to just like a single player campaign.
Yeah.
All right.
In my next up? Yeah. My second one is that the new Wolfenstein game will release this year.
Okay.
Are you talking about Youngblood or like Wolfenstein 3?
No, Youngblood.
Youngblood. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that comes out like next month, doesn't it?
Actually, I was speaking about the new Blasevich.
Okay. Okay.
Gotcha.
Like,
because Youngblood's like a spinoff, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see a new true Wolfenstein sequel, and it's gonna release this year. I just listened to that interview with Howard, and I believe they are trying to get their games out before next gen comes. And
they're kind of trying to clear the slate before.
Yes. Yeah. And so I could easily just see them like, hey man, this is coming too. And look, I'm one of those people that think 2 is better than 1, and so I'm excited for a third one.
2 is so amazing.
I like 1 better than 2 personally, but they're both pretty good.
I think 1 is a better shooter, but
yes.
2 is so just balls crazy that like just every story turn in that game, it just made me go like, sure, why not? Yeah, totally.
I still haven't played 2 yet.
Oh, I can't see what I was gonna freaking say. Thanks, Shannon. You ruined my night.
Get ready for some boring ass shooting gameplay.
Well, the one thing that turned me off was the fact that there was no like hitbox.
Josh, the story stuff is so good though.
I agree, but the game was just not very fun to play to me.
No, it's if they would have taken the level design from the first game and built upon it instead of they kind of just scrapped it for set pieces in the second game and bolted on this just fucking nuts story to it. And you're right. Like there's huge chunks of that game where it's a bit of the Uncharted 3 problem where it's just like, okay, God, I got to shoot all these dudes just to get the next goddamn story beat. But the story is so worth it. Like just seeing what they do next makes that game so worth it to me.
I mean, because Rage 2 has the opposite problem. Rage 2 is extremely fun to shoot things, but the story is so god awful that you just want to skip everything else.
Yeah,
like they need to get that combat in with a Wolfenstein story, and then I would be solid.
I've got almost 14 hours into Rage 2, and I don't think I'm even half done with the story. Yeah. Like I've just like abandoned doing the missions. I don't really care. It's just I'm clearing out gas stations, clearing out solar panels, like that's the fun part,
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway,
nice. Well, since I gave you my second, I'll give you my third. My final prediction for Bethesda. I think that they're going to announce, since Netflix is going to be at E3 this year, that they're going to be coming out with a TV show on Netflix of one of their games, probably either Doom or like Skyrim.
All right. I could totally see a Skyrim show. I could absolutely see that.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is that? Like,
well, Skyrim. I can see a Skyrim show because it's generic fantasy show set in Skyrim universe. Like that's what that show is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're hot off the heels of Game of Thrones too. So
yeah.
Well, and that's what we talked about last week. Like I think that Witcher show is gonna, if done correctly, like could get a lot of people watching because of Game of Thrones. Is it on me? Who's next?
Oh well, yeah. Since we're sneaky, no, yeah, it's back to you. It's back to you.
Okay, my last one is that we will not see a single thing about the new Elder Scrolls game except for the MMO. Like they'll probably mention something about the MMO, but we are not going to see a single thing about Elder Scrolls 6.
I think we might hear more about Blades, which that game is trash, by the way.
Yeah, that game sucks, dude.
It's really bad.
I wanted it to be so good, and God,
I played it for like 15 minutes and was done.
And that breaks my heart, but I just think that's a smart move for them. Like, don't even mention it again until it's ready.
Yeah. Yeah, mine was Starfield. That was my third one, so you can skip over me.
Yeah, my last one was, I think, kind of just to piggyback off what Robbie said, I think that instead of Elder Scrolls 6, they're going to announce like a whole timeline or huge year-long plan for the Elder Scrolls Online, which is very sneakily and quietly gotten really big. Yeah. And I think that
and Final Fantasy 14 are just huge MMOs that no one's really talking about.
And I think the time is now for them to try to capitalize on that. So I wouldn't be shocked to see a huge rollout, a big part of this press conference actually dedicated to ESO and a big, huge push that way. That was my final.
Do we see another Skyrim port?
To what? Your phone? Like
your refrigerator.
Phone, Stadia, something like that.
Now available on your Amazon Echo.
Isn't the Stadia? Aren't they announcing like all the Stadia stuff Thursday?
Yeah,
on the 6th.
So,
I'm curious. I won't say I'm excited. I'll just say I'm curious.
Yeah, me too.
Trying the beta, that shit works. Like, it's pretty impressive. Like, so if it's cheap enough, it'll be interesting to see. And it'll also be interesting to see how Microsoft reacts to it with their xCloud initiative once the pricing and all that comes out. You know,
I mean, or what about Sony at PSX? Like, it's I kind of love that Sony is just sitting back, like, we don't really have to do anything. You know, we'll let you guys show all your stuff, and then we'll react to it at PSX.
That's because Sony doesn't have the infrastructure to do any of that, like, or at least the streaming stuff. That's why they made that partnership with Microsoft, because they literally don't have the stuff to do it. So
I just to throw this out there, I really like their little state of play things. Like, those are kind of cool.
Oh yeah, like Nintendo laid the groundwork to show people how it was done, and Sony went like, that makes a lot more sense. And it's a hell of a lot cheaper.
It's kind of charming. Like, they totally like ripped off Nintendo in the way they present it, but it was kind of charming. I liked it. I don't
know. Is Ubisoft next?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm first for Ubisoft.
Before we do that, though, I think
please.
to piggyback off your Wolfenstein 3 proper, I think if they do that, it's February 2020. I think. Okay. I think it's early next year. Okay. Just otherwise they cannibalize Doom if Doom Eternal comes this year. So
that's a really good freaking point. That was a poor prediction on my part then, because I didn't think about that.
That's where you lose, Robbie.
That's true. That's a fair point.
No point for you.
So here, I just really quickly, as Zach's been doing, I want to just say what we know about Ubisoft. Mm-hmm. We know that a new Watch Dogs is going to be shown. We know that Pirates will not be there. We know that we're not getting a new Assassin's Creed game this year. And that's about it as far as Ubisoft, right? Like, that's the only stuff we know for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is the most fanboy prediction that you're probably gonna hear the whole night. I predict that we are going to finally see a new Splinter Cell game.
God, you took one of my predictions. God,
I feel like I've been saying that every year and it still hasn't happened.
Dude, I've said it for freaking 4 years with you.
It makes a lot. It makes a lot more sense because they had that Splinter Cell mission in the Wildlands. So
I said that last year.
Yeah, so like they set all that up. You figured like it would probably be something that was going to come down the pike, but maybe it just needed some time to cook. Maybe
I really want one. I really want one.
6 years. It's been 6 years since we've seen a new Splinter Cell game.
I'm surprised they haven't did like a remaster of Blacklist.
I think
or a remaster of any of those games, really.
Yeah, I think Blacklist is an underrated game. Like
I have the PC version of it. And I've barely touched it. I need to play that.
It's so good. Like like the story. I can't tell you anything about the story, but the gameplay was just so much fun.
Okay,
and the co-op stuff was cool too. But yeah, that's my first prediction.
Okay.
Nice, Zach. What do you got?
So I think I'm going to go a little out of the box here because just the stuff we know. I think that you're going to see Skull and Bones brought out as a really different game. I think there's a reason they delayed it, and I think that reason is Sea of Thieves and kind of the cold reception it got. So my thought is Skull and Bones is going to be kind of re-shown to people as more of a single-player focused game, and with some multiplayer elements attached to it. And I think that is where they're going to go with that. I think I still want to play it because I love the Black Flag game and Rogue and all that stuff. And that boat tech is really good. But I think it's going to be a very different game when they show it this year.
I hope so. That game is. I have no interest in that game. So
it went from like, oh, I really like sailing in the Assassin's Creed games. that looks cool to like, oh wait, that looks like all you do in it. Oh
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Can you really do a whole game of that though?
Yeah, that was kind of it. It was like, wait, so what else do you do in that? So that's it. That okay.
Yeah, they might have had that one play tester. It's like, hey guys, this sucks.
well, I think their play tester was Sea of Thieves came out and everyone was like, yeah, it's really pretty, but you can't do anything in this fucking game. And they went, oh wait, that's bad. So back to the drawing board. So I'm hoping that the extra year lets them fix whatever they showed the first time.
Skull and Bones was playable in 2017 at the E3 we were at.
Yeah. And they pushed it way back. So
I think that game needs to get scrapped. Like I really do.
Well, I think they did, and I think you'll see it as something totally else.
Okay. I apologize.
I'm with Robbie. That's not one of my predictions, but I was originally thinking that it was just going to get canceled. Like we wouldn't see it at all.
Well, we shall see who gets the points.
Yeah, we'll find out. I think there's going to be a big Just Dance presentation, and it's going to be Just Dance VR.
Nice.
And the song that they all come out and sing and dance to is going to be Old Town Road. And little Nas X is going to run out with a headset strapped to his head. It's going to be a Oculus Quest. And he's gonna, I got the horses in the back, like the whole thing on the stage. That's my prediction.
Listen, I grew up in Georgia. I am a southern. I am a southern boy.
It is the Georgia theme song.
I hate that song with every. I think I hate it more than Baby Shark. I really do. I'm
not gonna lie, I was bumping that song for a while, but it got old quick. It got old.
But I don't like country music. And I definitely hate I hate it more when they mix country music with rap music. I just, it's so annoying. And that song just is not good. It's just not. Oh my gosh. So Josh, I really hope that you don't get any points there. I really,
I hope so too. I really just I had no idea what to say for Ubisoft. I don't know. I'm just pulling shit out of my ass.
The thing about that one though, is I fucking hate it because it's so good. Like I can absolutely see that happening. Like,
oh yeah, it's so popular. He's 100% right. It's like, it's like 5 years ago. Like you could have predicted that you could have said, hey, I wonder what music will be the theme song for college football this year. Oh, I guarantee you it's Radioactive by Imagine Dragons. Like it's just like you just knew that was going to happen. So Josh, you're probably going to get a full point. 100%.
Okay. I hope so because it'd be hilarious.
if it does, dude, I'm just gonna be sending you that little MP3 file like all day, Robbie. Just all day when I hear about it. Every time you look down your phone, there's gonna be a little MP3 from me.
Shan's gonna switch out the theme song to the podcast Old Town Road now.
I did. Like every segment is just gonna be a different part of the song.
All the Billy Ray parts.
The funny thing is, like, and I know my college students don't listen to this, so it's okay. But like when that song first came out, one of my college students was like, "Oh," because they know that I listen to rap and hip hop music, and they were like, "Robbie, you got to listen to this song. I think you're really gonna dig it." And he got in my car, and I was like, "Okay, man, I'd love to hear this," because my college students are how I heard about Logic. Like I hadn't heard about Logic, and I didn't know who he was so I was like, "Okay, I trust this kid," and they put the song on, and I'm just like, "What is this?" And then the beat drops, and I'm like, sure, okay.
And the beat is like every trap beat ever.
Yeah, I was like, thanks, man. Yeah. And I played it for Lisa recently, and I was like, Lisa, this is the most popular song in America right now. And I played it for her, and she's like, "What is this trash?" And I was like, "This is why I love you. This is why I married you for this reason."
And you say, "Congratulations, you're now officially old." Like,
it's true.
Damn.
Man, I set us off on a big tangent there with that one. That was just supposed to be a joke.
That was straight fire right there. Anyway,
all right.
My prediction is that there's going to be a new Mario and Rabbids game.
Damn it, that was one of mine. Damn it.
I think there's going to be a Mario and Rabbids 2. Yeah, I don't know when they're going to have a release date. I think they're just going to tease it. But yeah, I mean that would be pretty cool to see.
And let's be clear, I want that game.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
Mario
hands down.
plus Rabbids was amazing. Like,
Yeah,
that
I
game
played the
was
mess
so
out of
good.
that game. I did all the DLC. Like I got the highest rating on all the levels. Like I had fun. I got every single gun. I got everything that you could do in that game. I did it. So give me another one of those, please, because I need something to play on my Switch right now. And then the Splinter Cell game was my other prediction. So those are my two right now. So I guess Josh, we're back up to you.
I'm going to go with Ubisoft's going to have an EA Access like subscription service announced.
All right. I can absolutely see it. Like, the time is now.
Do they have the? Oh, and we talked about this last week. Do they have the library for it? To a degree, yes.
They don't. If they tap into legacy stuff, yes.
They don't have it to charge $10 a month.
Well, yeah.
If they tap into legacy stuff, I think they do.
EA Access is what, $5 a month? So
yes.
on consoles anyway.
Yeah, it is.
So I could see something like that, but we shall see. I think it'd be very smart for them too.
Yes,
I mean, just for the Assassin's Creed games alone, like.
Yeah, all the Assassin's Creeds, all the Ghost Recons, I mean, all the
Far Cries.
Yeah,
like,
all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so back to me. My prediction is, and I know this is gonna sound crazy, but with Ubisoft, it sounds kind of crazy. I think you're gonna see something brand new, like something that, like, I think they've gotten so derivative for so long with the Far Cries and the Watch Dogs and the Assassin's Creed. I mean, they're supposed to announce the next Assassin's Creed, even though it's not coming out this year, which is Vikings or whatever. Ghost Recon and maybe bring back Splinter Cell. But I think if for the next generation of consoles, now is the time to announce the brand new IP. And I think for the first time in a long time, Ubisoft is going to get up there and announce something that isn't a sequel.
Well, they announced Watch Dogs at the tail end of the last gen, so
yep,
and that was a new IP. So yeah, I could see that.
So that's my big guess for them is the time is now for them to actually make something brand new. So
is it going to be a new Tom Clancy game? I'm not talking about like good. I'm talking about it's going to be under the Tom Clancy banner.
No.
Might be time to bring back Siege though. Now that I think about it.
Well,
I would like to see a good rainbow, like a traditional rainbow.
They just announced a new character for Siege this year, so I think it would be hard. Like, I mean, hey, predict what you want, but I just think it'd be hard for me to see a Siege 2 when they just announced a new character.
Yeah. I don't want a Siege 2 though. I want like a single player focused, like traditional Ghost.
Bring back a new like Vegas or like
I want like the maps, like the planning of the maps and everything like they had on the old school ones. Like, give me that stuff. That was fun.
I'd be down with that. But yeah, that's for me. So Robbie, close this up.
Is that my last Ubisoft one?
No, I think we got to go around one more time, but I don't have any more predictions.
Yeah, because
I got doubled off. So I think it's just you because everyone else got doubled off. So
okay. Oh, so I got the last two. Okay.
Yep.
Mine is we'll see a new Ubisoft sports game. I don't know what kind of sports game. It could be winter sports. It could be action sports. It could be it could be a soccer game. It could be a football game. I don't freaking know. With this NCAA stuff, it very well could be a college football game. But I just think they are not done dabbling in the sports world. And that could even be motocross, or they could be hearing everyone scream at EA for not a skate game, and they could give us some kind of skateboarding game.
They bring back Tony Hawk on stage. Okay, let's do it. Yeah.
And then
we'll get discount Tony Hawk. It'll be like Bob Burnquist.
That'd be so great.
Hey, remember that guy?
That'd be so
player
good.
3 from the third one in line on Tony Hawk.
I can easily see them just releasing a game called X Games. And you're just like, you have no idea who these people are because no one watches X Games anymore. And then my last prediction is I think we're going to see the reveal, the announcement, the gameplay for the new Assassin's Creed game. Like, we're going to see just, like, it's not coming out until next year, but we're going to see all the information about it that we need to know going into next year.
They'll show off the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
Will there be
Not?
modern Assassin's Creed timeline stuff in it?
I hope not.
Or do they finally get rid of it altogether?
Well, apparently, like as someone who loved Origins and loved Odyssey, I actually don't mind where they end the modern stuff in Odyssey.
Yeah.
So, and as someone who replayed through 3, I hate how they end the modern stuff in 3. It's kind of like none of this mattered. Screw you guys. So I don't know, Josh. Probably not. Even though I think their biggest failure has been we have not seen a modern day Assassin's Creed game. Like I still think that's a huge failure on their part.
I'm still waiting for a feudal Japan one.
Yeah.
That just seems like that would fit that franchise really well.
I do think it seems a little weird that they're doing Vikings just with all of that's happened recently, just with God of War and everything else.
Apparently, From Software's next game is Vikings too.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of one of those like, all right, but So,
I mean, if anything, Ubisoft doesn't set trends; they follow them. So, I mean, if you think about it,
that is true. That is true.
But at the same time, they do a better job of like continuing to serve their games than except for Blizzard. They probably serve their games after its launch better than anyone.
Well, we are halfway through our prediction extravaganza, and we are going to continue with Square Enix. And I'm going to go first, and my first prediction is I am going to spend $60 the second the Avengers thing is over, because every detail I've read about that game, it's like it just has to look good. Like the presentation has to just not look like ass, and I'm buying that game. Like you're giving me Destiny with the Avengers, great, done, sold. Good. Awesome.
Yeah, as long as the combat is kind of goes in a different direction from Final Fantasy 15, I'd be pretty happy.
Sure. I hope it's a whole new thing on its own. Like I hope it's its own unique system, but it just has to be good. Like just if the presentation comes across, I'm buying it. Like, is that clear?
It's
like,
Crystal Dynamics. Like, I have full.
I mean,
I've loved that studio ever since the PlayStation 1 days. So
they've been an instant buy for me ever since the Tomb Raider relaunch.
Yeah, and also I know a lot of people hate it, but I like the fact that they have not talked about this game for 3 years. Like I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I like that they've just been in their warehouse doing work, not showing us bits and pieces of it. They're just working on it. Also, company that did Tomb Raider, 3 games that really know how to use a bow and arrow, and now I get to be Hawkeye. Great, done. Back.
Yeah,
done. We're doing
is it an Avengers game, or is it this like a Marvel everything game? Or
it's supposed to be Avengers, and it's so from everything I've read, it's supposed to basically be single player but multiplayer also, so kind of the Destiny model where you can take missions and people can pick different superheroes and then you team up and go do them.
That sounds dope.
And it's supposed
you
to
can
be
customize the uniforms and the outfits and stuff like that. And
there's apparently have like combinations, so if like you're Thor, I'm Iron Man, like there's like combinations you can do in your attacks to make like super attacks with them. So
sounds like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, both games of the service.
Yeah, like and
not
great.
look like trash, because that Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 looks so freaking bad. It looks like a mobile game.
It does.
I think it's starting to look a little better. I'm kind of interested.
To be fair, I haven't checked in on it in like 6 months, so
they might
have released a bunch of new stuff.
And the thing is, like I've talked to so many people who play video games every now and then, but love comic books and stuff like that. And they want to get a PS4 to play this game with me and my friends. And I'm going to tell you guys, I still don't know what freaking Avenger I'm going to pick. Because here's the thing. Here's the big question out there. What cast are we getting as far as the Avengers go? Because Marvel basically has everyone that they want now. And we know it's going to be under the Marvel like films rights deal. So do we get the X-Men? Do we get mutants? Do we get Wolverine? Do we get Spider-Man? Do we get Venom? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, you get all that in DLC down the road if it's a games as a service.
Like, I guess just mean in general. I just mean in general. Do we ever see these characters in the Avengers game?
Plot twist. It's actually the Great Lakes Avengers. That's the roster you get.
So I get Rogue. That was a
real deep nerd comic book cut there. But yeah,
I'm gonna get Rogue. I'm gonna get Iceman. I'll get some knockoff of Beast, and I'm gonna get like Captain Britain before he goes over to the British Avenger for the UK Avengers.
Wonder Man. Yeah, you get all.
Oh my! Hey, Wonder Man's dope if done correctly.
Okay, sure. Okay,
read Dark Avengers. That's all I'm gonna say. Read Dark Avengers. It's really good.
Josh, what you got?
I'm gonna go with, just because everyone's on the classic compilation train, I think we're gonna get an 8 and 16-bit Final Fantasy collection.
All right.
For Switch
I thought you were about to say an 8 HD remake, and I was gonna high five you through the thing, but that's all right. Okay.
I don't know. I'm a little skeptical because like they've already been releasing all the Final Fantasy games
exactly,
as
and they haven't done those yet. So they could do like Final Fantasy 1 through 6 in an HD, not an HD collection. I'm sorry, just a compilation, just ports. Put it on the Switch, make people happy.
I guess I could see
it. I mean, it'd be an easy money grab. Yeah,
for somebody to buy that game like for the 15th time because they already have it on their iPhone and they need it on their Switch.
Yeah,
sure. I think I'm gonna go and say with the hype of Final Fantasy VII remake. I think they're gonna do like a Chrono remake, like a Chrono Trigger remake.
God damn it, that was mine. I had that one. That was my next one.
I would shit my pants for that.
That's so good.
That was my next one. Damn it.
That would be my Final Fantasy VII remake moment. If they came up with like a Chrono Cross remake, I'd shed tears. I love that game.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Shannon, you may have the prediction of the night for me, sir. Like that.
Well, Shannon has a prediction I want to come true the most.
It starts conference, the lights go down, and he just text shows on the screen, "Wake up, Chrono," and the house just that place just explodes. Like,
and we don't see it till 2037.
And you know what? It would be the first time I'd be on your side of the fence. I'd be with you in Final Fantasy VII land, or like just being like, yeah, I don't care, I'll wait forever, it's fine.
Be trying to figure out how I can live until 56 so I can play this game.
I know.
that would be the reason why so many gamers like start doing CrossFit. Like we're gonna see just an uptick of CrossFit investments.
Clutching my Chrono Cross PS1 copy. Just I'll never let go, Jack.
That you're gonna see advancements in AI progress to where you can put your brain in like a robot, probably by like
it's gonna be like Futurama.
Yeah, I know,
you're
right?
gonna see a bunch of heads like in museums. God, I love that show. Oh man,
shit.
Oh, that's such a good prediction. It's so much better than mine. Mine is that we will get a release date for Avengers, and it will be February 2020.
Okay. I'd be on board with that so fast. Like my money, like I would be there with Zach. Like, give me my money.
But here's where I'm at with Square. I almost predicted it was going to be a 2019 release, but because I don't think they have anything else to launch this year. But I just don't trust them to release a game this year.
All right, fair enough.
Okay.
What's your next one? So you're snaking back. So
to contradict myself, Zach's gonna enjoy this one. Final Fantasy VII Remake, first part, whatever part it is, releases this year.
Okay, that was one of mine as well. I think if they're splitting it into parts still, I think we could very much see part 1 this year.
Yep.
All right. Let me see.
No insult, Zach. No quip of discouragement.
Well, I mean, when they release just an hour's worth of gameplay, it'll be fine. Like,
Robbie, if it makes you feel any better, that's why I haven't said shit about Shenmue, because I get the same reaction out of Zach.
Well, here's the
to be fair, I blanked on.
I
blanked
really feel
on
bad for you, Josh.
I said, to be fair, I blanked on the name because I was going to say I'd be right there with you in Final Fantasy Land, and I was going to say and with Josh in Shenmue Land, but I blanked on the name Shenmue.
Yeah,
But
That's my bad.
here's the difference. Okay, we knew Square takes forever to make a game. The fact that Shenmue has basically been in this
real quick though, no shit talking. Do you think Shenmue gets pushed to next gen at this point? Because it didn't it get delayed to 2020 now?
No, it's still coming this
November.
year. In November.
Oh,
now.
I thought when I saw the news that it was delayed again, I thought it went to 2020.
Yeah, they said that the game's like almost done. They're just wanting more time for polishing. So
Gotcha.
they're in the polishing phase.
Which means basically we want this game to look like it's we want it to look like it's a PS4 game and not a Nintendo 64 game.
Right.
Yeah. I still have faith it's coming out this year.
Nice. I hope so.
Yeah, me too. I want that game bad.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I cut someone off. Who was talking?
I think it's I think my prediction is next
Okay.
for the next one. I think they're going to come out with some information about the next Tomb Raider game. I think despite the lackluster sales that they feel they got with this second one, I think they're going to come out with a third one, and I think they're going to debut.
They did come out with a third one. It would be the fourth one.
Fourth one, whatever. Yeah, I think they're going to come out with the fourth one. Yeah, that's all I got.
By the way, you can pick up the third one right now for like $12 on Amazon. That is.
But I heard it was a little bit more sneaky and a lot less shooty.
It is, but it's still a ass load of game for $12. Like that is, and it's a good game. Like
it's
on
Game Pass too, though.
Yeah, but it's
what game? I'm so sorry.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah.
It's rock solid. I really enjoyed it. You know what it is? It's in that I put it in the same tier as like Rage 2, where I'm playing it and I know it's not the best game I ever played. It's not Uncharted 4 or anything like that, but I kept playing it. Every time I fire up my Xbox right now, I'm loading into Rage 2 to go shoot some stuff and kill some things. And like Tomb Raider was that game for me also, where like I don't know what to do. I'll just keep playing Tomb Raider. Like, because it's solid and it's really good. It kind of like how once you beat everything in Spider-Man, you just keep playing Spider-Man, you know, like because it's fun. Like that's how Tomb Raider was for me. It's like, yeah, it wasn't the best game, but like it was really good. So
I never finished it.
You should. The ending gets kind of batshit crazy. It's kind of fun.
Okay.
The ending of that game, the way they set up moving forward is just freaking brilliant. Like I would argue it's just like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like just it makes you want what's coming next.
It's good. So I think that's a solid prediction. Josh, what you got?
I think that this would be my last one for Square Enix. I think we'll see a new Nier game.
That's a good one.
That'd be
that's a good one.
I think Nier Automata was very well received and it sold pretty well, and I think they're probably looking forward to pushing that franchise even more. So it'll probably be a next gen game though. I think we'll see it maybe teased, maybe just a teaser trailer, but it'll be a next gen game. But I think they're ready for a new one.
Yeah, I think that's a forgotten franchise for me, but I think that's a really good guess. This will be my last one as well, because Shannon snaked my other one. And I'm kind of going against you here, Robbie, because my prediction is Final Fantasy is going to come out in 2020 and it's no longer going to be in chunks. Like they're going to release just a single game and it's going to be but it's going to be delayed because of it. That's my guess on that.
Okay.
You know what? I won't lie. I would appreciate that because I think I've said this before. I'll say it again. The fact that we live in a world where Witcher 3 exists, it baffles my mind that they try to tell me that they had to separate this game into 3 parts. That game was not that long.
Final Fantasy VII felt like it was episodic though. I'm like I remember when I got to the end of Midgar, I thought the game was over, and it was not. It was
sure. That's a super good point. Yeah,
so the game did feel episodic to me, and I could see them making it work. I would rather them keep it episodic just so I can play, because the Midgar stuff is what I really want to see, like in like new graphics and everything. I would much rather keep that episodic just so I can play that part of it this year, if that even comes out this year. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just me, though.
And I think my last one, my last guess is going to be that they're going to mention something about a Final Fantasy 16. So I think they're just going to stick in that wheelhouse of.
Or wouldn't that be
JRPG.
17? Isn't 16 a MMO?
Is
that-
14 is in.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they'll hint at like a Final Fantasy 16, and I think it'll go back more to like the Final Fantasy 9 like kind of aesthetic, like where it's more like medieval as opposed to like this whole futuristic
Boy band.
and like boy band and like all this extra tech stuff. I think it'll go back more towards like the wizards and the magic and the fun stuff, the stuff that the nostalgia hits you right in the feels. So
how about actually going back to fantasy, since they haven't done that since 9? You know?
Yeah. I mean, fantasy is kind of a loosely is a vaguely used term for them, but
15,
I mean,
15 was really good.
Dude,
Yeah,
it was
I like
good.
15.
It was good until the end of the game, until like you get that like I don't know, dude. Can we spoil it? That game. How old is that game now? Like what, 4 or 5 years?
It's 3 or 4 years old. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. So I think like once they do the time jump and like they go forward in time, I feel it gets rushed. Like that whole story is just rushed from that point on. I think it's just they got to that part of the game and they were just like, wow, we did a lot in that first part of the game. How are we going to finish this? And they're like, oh, we have to release this pretty soon. I guess we'll just end it. I didn't like anything about it. So.
It did make me want to eat a lot of cup of noodles. So
True story.
All right. So well, that was my last one. Josh, did you have one more? Or
No.
Okay.
My other one was Final Fantasy coming out this year too.
Shannon, you got one more?
No, mine was Final Fantasy 16.
All right, Robbie, you.
Mine is I think we're going to see a new RPG announced.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be Chrono. I don't think it's going to be Final Fantasy. I think it's going to be a new type of RPG. I think Square. I could be completely wrong, and I just hope that I'm not. I could see Square making an Capcom type of renaissance of like going on an upward tick of games that people enjoy, and I think it starts with Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it starts with and also the Avengers game, but another like creating a new series moving forward that for people who love classic RPGs. I think it could be a traditional JRPG actually.
Okay.
I hope so.
Yeah, me too. I love JRPGs. But also if you think about it, like they've released like I Am Setsuna. They oh my gosh, why can't I remember the other game? That's like that. They've released like small titles like that over the past few years, so I could see another one being released. So there you go.
I would much rather see the renaissance of Konami come back.
Yeah,
like get rid of the people that ran that company to the ground, and let's get those franchises back up and running again.
Let's get away from the health clubs and the pachinko machines.
Yeah,
and get back to some games.
But don't get rid of that Pixel Quest.
Oh no, yeah. God damn it, that thing taking over my life. Okay, the last press conference we are going to predict is Nintendo, and to do that, we are going to start with Josh.
No one better to start with than
Exactly.
Doug Bowser is going to host it, and he's going to be corny as fuck.
Yeah, he is. I don't know if that's a prediction or that's just a fact.
Yeah, it's just going to be a
prediction.
straight up train wreck.
He's going to try to pull a Reggie. This is going to be his first time where he's going to be up on stage. Like, look at me, I could do Reggie too, and he's gonna bomb.
Did I mention my name's Bowser?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was destiny, I tell you.
How much you want to bet those screens like show like a castle interior or something when he comes walking out, or they play like Bowser's theme? Like,
yeah, it's gonna be.
He's gonna have like fireballs coming out of his mouth and stupid stuff. And then that Bill Trent guy's gonna show up too, who's also corny as hell, and they're gonna tag team it and both be corny as hell. That's my prediction.
Awesome.
We're all gonna miss Reggie. That's what I'm going for.
Well, I think they'll come out with something big, and I think they'll probably show more of Metroid Prime 4. I think this year. I think it'll have a release date.
And I think that game got a total reboot. We won't see that for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another game that got announced while we were at E3 in 2017.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. And they just changed developers this year. I mean, that they announced that this year, didn't they? That they swapped over to retro.
Yeah. They went back to retro.
Yeah. So I think they had to go back to the drawing board on that one. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe they were secretly working on it, and maybe it's farther along than we thought. But I don't know. I'm going with that. I don't think we'll see that till next year, maybe.
All
Okay.
right. What you
We'll
got,
see who
Robbie?
gets that point.
Yeah.
My prediction is that we will see a new Mario type game announced. I don't know if it.
You think it'll be Odyssey 2 or?
I wanted to keep it kind of generic because I think it could be anything from a new like Mario Odyssey type to a Super Mario Brothers game to a just something along like that, like those lines. Just a new game that involves Mario.
I like that you're keeping it nice and generic to make sure you get a point.
Yes.
As wide of a swath as you can do. So
look,
so
I'm here to win games. I'm not here to lose. Okay.
So I have the same thing on mine, just to throw that out there, but I'm a little more detailed. I think they're going to be a Mario 3D Land too.
Okay. Yeah, I could totally see that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought a lot of people are expecting them to port Mario 3D Land over to the Switch. I think they're just going to go with the second one. I think that's going to be their next Mario game.
Interesting.
So my prediction kind of piggybacks off of Shannon's a little bit. I think because they have to not release Metroid Prime 4 because they had to hit the reset button on it, I think you're going to see a Metroid Prime collection released for the Switch.
That makes sense.
So smart.
I think it's going to be a nice HD collection with proper controls and all that stuff, and that's what I think is coming as a little olive branch to people demanding Metroid Prime 4.
If they did that and they got rid of the lock-on system controls and they actually put dual analog controls, I would probably want to play through those again.
I would be way more interested in playing through them. The thing that killed those games for me were the controls. I hated the controls on those games.
They were okay, but I would rather have full-blown dual analog controls on them. So
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's the controls were the thing that killed Skyward Sword for me.
I would also see them porting over Samus Returns to the Switch, the 3DS one that came out a few years ago. I can see that happening too.
Yeah. Now, okay. I mean, this isn't one of my predictions, and I apologize if I'm stepping or burgling anyone's thunder here. But you know how they announced that Zelda, the Game Boy game remake? Yeah. That's like a completely new game, though.
I'm stoked for. Yes.
Like, do you think they could do something like that with the Samus Returns, or like a Metroid 2 that was Game Boy?
Well, that's what Samus Returns was.
Yeah, but do you think they could maybe do that with another one of those titles? That type of thing.
What was the one that really sucked? Metroid Other M. You had to do the Other M.
Yeah, totally, like bring back Other M, but as an entirely new game.
Yeah, it's good Other M. Yeah. I mean, they could do it with the original. The original could really use a remake. That game's rough to play now.
That would be rad, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Like do original Metroid, but Samus Returns style, and obviously updated graphics and processing and all that.
Yeah, and not look like a jaggy butt mess. Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be pretty sweet. I'd be all over that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so actually, it's sneaking, right? So it's and then, so I did the Metroid one. I think the other thing you're going to see is you're finally going to get an Animal Crossing Switch. I think that's the other thing that
they teased it last year. So,
but I think it's going to be like the full details. Here's what it is. Here's when it's coming. Like,
I hope so. Yeah. I love those games, so I'm all for it.
Well, and it's like the phone game didn't succeed. Like it.
I still play the shit out of it though.
Do you?
I did. I don't anymore, but I did for a while.
I thought you were saying you still play. I'm like, you're like the one person I know that's still playing.
No, I don't play it anymore, but I did.
Gotcha. So but it's like it wasn't what they wanted. Like it didn't perform like they wanted, according to everything I've read. So it would make sense for me for them to go back to a proper thing, especially seeing like what Pokemon is, the reception Pokemon's getting on the Switch.
Yeah.
So that's my guess.
Okay, cool.
Robbie, what you got?
I think we will see a new Donkey Kong. I mean, we've seen the big three already: Mario, Zelda, and Smash. It just makes sense to get a new Donkey Kong game.
Okay.
Are you talking about like a 2D platformer or one of the 3D ones?
I think a true I didn't play. Yes. I think it's like a quote unquote sequel to Tropical Freeze, something like that.
Okay.
Another game Josh will buy and not play.
Yeah, probably. I still ain't fucking played Tropical Freeze on Switch.
Man, how many times did you buy that too?
Why, that's the second time, yeah. I still have it though. I haven't sold it, so that's some positive, I guess.
There you go. All right. Well.
Nice. Let me see. Like I kind of said this earlier, I kind of alluded to it in the Microsoft segment, but I think that Nintendo's going to hit up something with some type of Xbox Games with Gold subscription kind of crossover event where like you'll be able to start downloading some of the older like maybe because I don't think the Switch is strong enough to run any of the Xbox One games, but I think there'll be a lot of 360 games that you could probably put on the console. So I think they'll probably start talking about some type of service for the Switch in that respect.
What better way to put Viva Pinata on, huh?
Exactly, right?
Put Viva Pinata on Switch. God damn it. That's like all my free time would just go away.
Mine was the Mario 3D Land too, so you can skip over me.
All right.
Well, so then it goes back to me again.
Yes.
Oh, son of a. I really didn't have anything else.
Didn't have anything else?
I mean, I all of it was just kind of fanciful stuff. Like I would like to see Nintendo come out with in the similar vein that they came out with like the Mario Tennis, maybe like a Mario Baseball or like a Mario Hockey.
Strikers.
If they brought back the Mario sports titles, but like beyond golf,
I kind of want golf.
I would take a new golf. I'm not bad mapping golf.
I put 180 hours into that Mario golf game on 3DS. Like that thing was so much fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Robbie, do you have any?
I think this is a dumb prediction, so I'm gonna try to quickly think of something else. Wait. Okay. No, I think we are going to see at Nintendo. I think we're going to see a huge announcement for an Xbox made game for Switch. And I don't mean something that's already released. I'm talking about something specifically for Switch.
Okay.
Like developed in studio for Switch.
With the partnership between Microsoft and Nintendo, do you think that you'll see an Xbox or a Microsoft character join the Smash Brothers team? Like, do you think like a Marcus Phoenix will jump into like Smash Brothers?
No,
Master Chief would be a brilliant.
I think it'd be Banjo and Kazooie.
Yeah, that's a good call.
That would fit so well in Smash Brothers.
Kazooie comes out of the backpack and pecks people. Would be great.
In the eye, yeah, right in the eye. Throw jiggies at him.
In the face. My last one is we've talked a lot about games that have been announced and then promptly forgotten about, and I think it's time for another one of those to come back to light, and that would be Bayonetta 3.
Yeah.
Bayonetta,
that'd be nice to see.
Yeah, Bayonetta 3 got announced, I want to say in 2017. And there has not been a still, a frame, a shot, a word said about that game ever since
Side
it was
boob, nothing.
Yeah, no. A strand of hair, nothing. And I think I'm hoping they've just been in the kitchen cooking, and it's
of course, because Bayonetta's a woman and she'd be in the kitchen cooking, right, Zach?
I mean, making me a goddamn
misogynist.
I want a sandwich on rye. I mean, make it for me.
I mean, I'm supposed to make it myself. Jesus.
But she would make it with her hair. That's kind of gross.
Yeah,
as long
I
as
mean,
you watch.
would you get mad if you found hair in your sandwich if she made it? kind of expected at that
Yeah,
point.
I mean
right?
that kind of comes with the territory, I guess.
It's part of the ingredients.
Why does this taste like Head and Shoulders?
Oh.
Do I smell vanilla in this?
So the pastrami and lavender? What is that? Anyway, but that would be mine. So, all right, have we rounded out Nintendo here?
Yes, we have.
Well, my last one is
Nope.
my last one is I think that we're still going to see a lot of ports. I don't think the ports are going to go away.
Oh hell no! Like no.
That's their bread and butter.
It is, and you know what? It brings a lot of content to the Switch, and that gives people more options. And I know a lot of people complain about it, but I don't really see it as a big deal, primarily because that's more content for the Switch. You know.
So a prediction I had to go along with that I didn't use was I think you're not going to see an N64 Mini. It's going to be a collection for the Switch.
And I hope they do.
Yeah, I kind of think they're done making mini consoles. I think it's going to just be collections.
I think they're tired of people bitching about them.
Exactly.
With them coming out and I can't get one. So
Or
I'm all over that Genesis one, by the way.
Yeah, you doing that?
I'm a Genesis freak, so yeah. And did you see where they have like the little in Japan they have the little Sega CD,
the Mega Drive or the CD add-on carry case,
and the 32X in the cartridge, and it does nothing. It's just there as a joke. I think that's all. I kind of want to import that.
Yeah, that's kind of rad. It is pretty rad. It's one of those it's so dumb it rules type things. Yeah.
It's Sega being fully self-aware at this point.
Exactly. All right, so to close out our prediction extravaganza, we are going to do one last prediction each, and it is just wild card crazy prediction. It can be anything you want it to be for any company you want it to be for. And Robbie, what you got?
I think we're going to see another Marvel game announced.
Okay.
Like some kind of, it could be obscure, it could be mainstream. I just think we're going to see some kind of other Marvel comic-based game announced.
Just kind of capitalize on the in-game hotness.
Yeah, and also just that Disney and Marvel are kind of letting their rights being given to other companies besides EA. Okay. I just think they're going to take full advantage of this.
I could see a full-blown Marvel Game Studios happen, but like they partner with other studios to develop them, but they would like produce them and like do a lot more games, like they do with the movies.
Kind
I
of
see that happen.
They have a Kevin Ferengi head that like manages it all, but like
sort of like LucasArts, but LucasArts would contract that stuff out. I could see something like that with Marvel.
So my crazy prediction is Castlevania is going to come back. Konami's going to bring back.
I hope you're right.
The time is right. Like Castlevania is kind of in the last couple years has regained like a weird level of buzz about
because they anime.
And maybe that awful anime did some things.
You're such a jerk.
But
I still need to watch it. I haven't seen it yet.
It's so good, Josh. You'll like it.
And I'm a huge Castlevania fan. I even bought the Legacy Collection on the Switch like last week.
And I was just about to say they brought out a Legacy Collection. Like it's got a little bit of cachet back, and I think the time is right to. And I want a proper 2D Metroidvania Castlevania, but make it stunningly beautiful. Go the
it's called Bloodstain.
Right,
it comes out this month, homie.
Yeah, but not from Konami.
But it's the guy who made them for Konami. But I mean, the guy who made Mega Man made Mighty Number 9. So I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
No,
but I really hope that game's gonna be good.
I want like full modern graphics. Like I don't want it to look pixelized. I want it to just be rad. Like that's what I'm hoping for.
I want to see From Software to make Castlevania, like Bloodborne.
Okay. Sweet. I mean, Bloodborne kind of is a Castlevania game.
Yeah, so, that's probably one of the reasons why I love it so much. But
right,
yeah,
exactly.
Let them do it.
So that's my wild card. That's what I want.
Okay, I hope you're right.
I am going to say that despite the fact that Sony's not going to be there after Microsoft holds their thing, Sony's going to be a little petty, and they're going to come out with something. I think they're gonna try to steal the thunder. I think they're gonna try to do whatever they can to kind of make Microsoft's conference seem not as spectacular as everybody hopes it is.
Like Shuhei is going to sneak out.
No, I think what they'll do is they'll be like, oh well, you thought that was cool. There's gonna be like this,
There's gonna be a Twitter bomb.
Yeah,
it's just like whenever DC would launch like a trailer for Suicide Squad or Justice League or something like that. Then like within 6 hours, Marvel would drop a trailer for something. Yes, you are 100% accurate, Shannon. I could just see them saying like Ghosts of Tsushima. Like I could see a trailer coming out like right after Microsoft's conference. Hey, guess what, guys? This is coming out in November. What's up?
Yeah, like they're gonna do something like that.
Last of Us 2 release date. Here it is. One of those type of things.
Yeah, pretty much. I think they're just gonna play spoilers, and I get it. They are the market leader, and Nintendo and Microsoft are getting all buddy. So I think they're just going to be a little butthurt, and they're just going to be like, "Here's something that's going to ruin everybody's day."
It's going to be a video. It's going to be Shuhei, and he's going to be like, "Blasto 2, bitch," and drop the mic. Yep.
And it's out today.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what, guys? Lord of the Rings trilogy remastered for PlayStation 4.
It would be cool, like if they just came out and just say, "Hey guys, you can play PlayStation 1 downloads on your PS4 now."
Yeah, that would
do
be
something
cool.
like that. Like it'd be fucking easy. Just flip the switch and make it happen.
Oh, Legend Dragoon. Oh, I have 2 copies of that game sitting right here, freaking behind me.
I have one. I still own one.
I would play Fear Effect. I love Fear Effect and Fear Effect.
I own that game still too.
Yeah. Fear Effect 2 is so underrated.
I have a bunch of PS1 like digital games on my Vita. Like I'd like to play some of that stuff on the PS4.
Yeah.
Why not? Like why have you not done that?
I just think about this. I would love for Nintendo to somehow, some way, for them give me a remaster of Eternal Darkness.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'd be down with that.
Get Silicon Knights back in order. Are they even still a company still?
I think
No.
they're done.
Dennis Dyack, or whatever his name is. Yeah.
That game is so underrated for what it was and what it did for video games. It's just
It was really good.
I just want another 2 Human. I love 2 Human.
Oh man.
2 Human is so cool.
You know what you want, Zach?
Mm.
You want a new Lost Planet, brother. What's up?
Actually, I loved the first Lost Planet.
Because the first one was amazing, and that demo for 2 was so dope.
And then it just took a hard left. Just a hard left. And it's like by the time it got to 3, it was just like, what is this?
There have been 2 games. I can tell you guys this. There have been 2 games that I have bought day 1 and returned day 1. It is Shane, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you almost spit out your drink. It is Lost Planet 2. It is Brink.
Oh yeah, Brink. That was a turn.
Brink was pretty bad.
And now,
I have one. Remember Haze? The first.
oh my god, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was
Dude.
one I was like, no, I'm finding a reason to get rid of this thing. Oh my god.
I know I've done that before, but I can't think of any game where I actually did, but I know I've done it.
Yeah.
It was like the buy it at the GameStop and then trade it in the same day kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Knowing Josh and his history, he's probably done it with several Nintendo games, so he'll never admit it.
Should be.
I will say this. This is a pending. We're all still friends. Next year for E3, I'm going ahead and telling you guys right now. My prediction is that we're going to get an announcement for a new college football game.
All right. That ain't gonna happen this year, but
No,
next year.
but next year, 100%.
I want the NBA 2K guys to go back to making football games.
Oh,
yeah. What is it, NFL Street? Wasn't that it?
no.
They made NFL 2K.
Oh, the 2K team. Yeah.
And they had the
Yeah.
first-person view where you could play any position from first-person perspective.
Remember they had the trophy room, and like as you were playing through your like franchise, you could like get your trophies and like
And ESPN was all up in that game.
you could like decorate your trophy room and stuff. That was like the last football game I really loved.
The one
was
with
Boomer,
the,
2K5.
oh my gosh, why can't I remember his name? He hasn't been on ESPN in a while for NFL, but
Chris Berman. Is that what you're doing?
yes. Oh, the Swami.
Yeah.
They call him the Swami. Yeah. He was in every aspect of that game. Like just announcing everything. Oh my gosh. Josh, I would love that so hard. Because
Yeah.
like I stand by this. The fact that 2K made that game $20 that year.
Yep.
And was a great game, and they destroyed Madden in sales.
They made their hockey game that price too, and it was really good.
Them doing that is what ruined parity in sports games, man. Because
there's people like me who don't buy Madden every year, but will buy them every once in a while, like maybe every 3 or 4 years. There's no way in hell I was saying no to a $20, in NFL 2K5 at that point. Like everyone would buy it at that price.
Exactly.
It's smart.
Totally. All right, Josh, what's your wild card?
All right, you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Microsoft's buying Sega.
Oh,
wow.
That's the big acquisition.
Yep.
So wait, are my prediction and your prediction going to have a baby and be accurate together?
Do you know they're going to announce new acquisitions, right? They've been doing it for a while. And I know for a fact that Sega tweeted something out like earlier this year that they were meeting with Microsoft. Like they had like Microsoft guys like in Tokyo and with Sega guys. I think they could very much work that out. Because Sega has this massive library of classic game franchises that they're just sitting on. They're not using them. They're not utilizing Sonic Team very well at all. They've been releasing trash after trash. Sonic Mania was a fan game, basically. And it's the only good Sonic game that's came out in decades.
But that Kart Racer just came out. That was a new one, wasn't it?
Yeah. I haven't played that one yet. I've heard good things about it. But yeah, they could tap into so many classic franchises to bring people into the Microsoft ecosystem. Like I really could see that being a huge win for them if they could work it out. And
Josh,
that's what I want to happen.
I'm going to send you a video of me doing these hand motions if that happens during Microsoft. Okay, and it's going to be merging, birth, flying through victory. Okay, that's exactly what it's going to be, bud.
Yep.
It'll be a beautiful baby with blue fur and human legs and teeth.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of like what Sega could make for Xbox that would make me excited.
Altered Beast.
Thank you, Shannon. You win. Altered Beast. That's perfect.
A good Golden Axe, Jet Set Radio. Give me Jet Set Radio.
Picture them relaunching Golden Axe as like their God of War.
Oh
yeah,
or Jet Set Radio with the world that we live in with oh my gosh, what's that game that was on Xbox? I have my Xbox on right now. Sunset Overdrive. Can you imagine a game like that? Like it would be so, with the technology we have now. We can't do it right now, but I would love to come up with a list of games that technology has moved to a point where those kind of games would be awesome. Like I thought Mirror's Edge was going to be that game. It was not that game.
No.
But I do think that Jet Set Radio would be that game. Like grinding around and just laying tags down, that'd be so great.
Just remake Future and I'd be happy. That's one of my top 10 favorite games of all time is Jet Set Radio Future. And
bring back to Cap Attack. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, Kid Chameleon.
Yeah, Kid Chameleon is so good.
Give me Altered Beast and me and Shannon will just nerd out together.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
There's like two
Fantasy
series
Star?
down that. Oh my god.
Fantasy Star for sure.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about I love Fantasy Star Online, but I'm talking like a real like JRPG Fantasy Star. Like, bring that
I'm
back.
talking about a real good game.
Yeah. Yeah, bring back Virtua Fighter. We haven't seen Virtua Fighter in forever. Make that a flagship fighting game for the Xbox.
Dude, see, this is why I like having Josh around because he just mentions games that I haven't heard about or thought about for like years.
Microsoft already did do like Panzer Dragoon, right? Like
they did Orda, yeah.
So let me ask a question for the group because I know we have to go. It's 12:30 and we've been on for a while.
Yes, I would buy the F out of a new Streets of Rage if that's what you're at.
They already have one coming.
I guess like all prediction points aside and trying to be right, like what around the room, I want everybody's answer. Like what is, and I'll start with you, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
What do you ultimately want? Like, don't give me some pipe dream. Give me what do you want from this E3?
Well, what I really want from this E3 is to be surprised. What I really am looking forward to is the fact that I don't really know a lot out of this E3 at this point, which is unusual. and I think the stage is set for someone to come in and really shake things up. Now, is that someone Microsoft? I think it should be. The stage is set for them. But I think a Bethesda could come in and really rattle some things. I think Square Enix could make a huge push if they pick the right franchises and drop some bombs. I think a company like Capcom, who has been doing so great on so long, could come walk out on Microsoft stage and drop some games on us that would just blow people's minds. You know, I think it's possible. I think it's there. But the thing that's exciting for me about the C3 is I don't know. You know, like it, and so that's what I really want. I want to come out of this with just like, holy crap! I couldn't believe they announced X, Y, and Z.
Remember when Shenmue 3 and Final Fantasy 7 was announced and everyone just lost their shit? Yeah, I want moments like that.
Totally. Yeah. Brains melted across the internet. That's
like moments like I never thought that would happen. No one ever thought Shenmue 3 would ever exist, you know, and that happening and everyone just collectively losing their crap. I want more moments like that. I just feel like we haven't got a whole lot of that since then.
Josh, what about you, man?
Like the Microsoft buying Sega thing, like that's what I want to happen. Because I love Sega so much, and I want Microsoft to tap into those IPs because they could really use them to get ahead over Sony. And I want people who are going to come in and make Sega do quality work. You know, to where they're going to look at this game. You know, Phil Spencer and his team's going to look at something like Sonic Forces and be like, "Fuck you guys, put this shit back in the oven." You know, I want someone to like hold Sega accountable and use their franchises that I love and deliver new things for us. And I think Microsoft could do that. That's what I want.
What about you, Shannon?
I want to be excited for every console I own. Like, I just want to go back to like the glory days of gaming where like I loved everything that I played and I had a reason to play every console I have. Like, you know, I think that's what I want. I just want to find the joy in gaming because I think recently, like, the games that have been coming out have been fine, have been great. I mean, like, I enjoy them a lot, but like there hasn't been anything that really like makes me like that stands out to me as a exciting point in this console right now, or in this in this generation right now. I mean, like, there have been great games that have happened, don't get me wrong, but like I want to just be I want to have that youthful energy about gaming again. I think, you know, like, just be excited to have an Xbox. Like, I haven't turned my Xbox on in like 7 months now. Like, I want a reason to enjoy being a gamer. And I think just, you know, having Xbox come out with all these new console or all these new games would be great. Hearing what Nintendo has coming down the pipeline, like, I know it's a easy prediction because it's already slated to come out, but like Fire Emblem, like, I love Fire Emblem and I'm excited that, you know, there's something coming, you know, for the Switch for that. You know, things like that just get me excited to be a gamer again. Like, I want that. And, you know, Final Fantasy VII is a good start. You know, I would like to see something from Microsoft, but, you know, we'll see. I'm just looking for something that scratches that itch again, I guess.
Do you have an example of what it would take for you?
No, I mean, like, you know, it's just those small set pieces, and I think it's just the nostalgia aspect of it. Like, you know, I was talking about coming out with like a new Chrono Trigger or Chrono Cross, like, you know, just that goosebump moment, like something that just kind of reminds me of like why I'm getting in, like why I got into gaming, like, you know, just kind of just revitalize the gaming bug in me. I mean, it's always there, but like, you know, it gets kind of stale after a little bit, and like it doesn't become like a focus. And maybe it's because I'm a dad now, and you know, my time isn't there. But like something that makes me want to sit down and play that video game, even when I'm like exhausted, you know?
Yeah.
I get it.
I think for me, I said at the beginning of the pod, but I think it holds true. I want there to be a game this year that makes me want to buy the next Xbox console. Like, I just want that so badly. As someone who adored the 360, who owned the 360 before a PlayStation 3, That's more or less because of the cost of the PS3. but I want a reason to love that console. Like I know I catch crap for hating on Xbox a lot, but I kind of feel like they deserve it for this last generation. That they've not given people like me a reason to own their Xbox, even though I own it. Like the only reason why I turn it on is because of Game Pass and be able to play Mortal Kombat 10 and now be able to play some of these, Void Bastards and Outer Wilds. I want an exclusive, a story-based exclusive that makes me say I can only play that on Xbox and I want to play it. And look, I understand that I can play a lot of their exclusives on PC and I have a very powerful PC, so that helps me a lot. But that has nothing to do with the fact that this generation, they have completely crapped the bed when it comes to exclusives and people playing only their exclusives, except for Forza. And Forza is the outlier because that's a racing game and I have no desire to play it unless I lose a bet to freaking Zach.
Mm-hmm. Which you should.
So,
you should play it. It's a great game.
Hey, I played 4. I played Horizon 4 and I really did enjoy it. But I think at the end of the day, that is what I want more than anything. I want Xbox to give me a reason to want to own their next console, because I'm telling you right now, I don't care what the price is. If they don't give me a single exclusive game that entices me, and it's not just me, like other people feel this way too. Mm-hmm. If they don't give me a single player, hell, it doesn't have to be single player. If they don't give me a reason to own their Xbox, I'm not going to go to GameStop the next day and pre-order it. I'm just not. And that's what they need to do. So mine is my boy Matt. Like, I'm gonna try to be encouraging for Xbox. I want to watch Xbox's conference and say, I can't wait to buy their new console. So with that said, I want to say this really quickly because I know we're about to close out. I'm going to Facebook Live in our group every conference that I watch in our group and my reactions to it. So if the 2-hour long Xbox one, I'm going to Facebook Live the whole thing. And I'm going to give my reaction to that the whole time. So
nice.
Yeah. Sorry. I didn't mean for that to be so long-winded, but
no worries. Get up on that.
I don't give Xbox nearly as much shit as you do, but I completely agree with everything you said. They screwed a pooch this gen.
Yeah, it was a very rough start for them, and they have spent the rest of their time just catching up. They have spent the rest of this generation just trying to dig themselves out of a hole. And I think they're actually gotten to the point where they're at the top of the hole, but it's the end of the generation now.
And I genuinely really like the Xbox One X. I think it's a really good console.
It's where I play all my third party stuff now.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. Well, I've actually been. I rebuilt my PC like a month ago. Okay. So I've been playing a lot on PC, but before that, everything was Xbox One X. So.
Gotcha. Well, all right. Thank you for hanging with us while we went through all these conferences. It's only a few short days until we figure out what all of these things are for realsies. I'm very excited. This is as excited for an E3 time frame as I've been in a while.
100%.
And like I was saying, I think it's just the unknown. The unknown is what's got me this time around. And so I'm hoping we see some great stuff. But thank you guys for joining me on this grand adventure. Josh, thank you for finding your way back.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me, man. I definitely missed being here. Trust me.
Well, we have missed you being here.
Oh, shucks.
But no, it was good to catch up and talk some games like old times. So that was fun.
Yep, I'll be here next time. We'll do the E3 stuff again. So
cool.
I'll be here and give you guys my reactions. So you get another week of me.
Yep. You're not done with the Faulkner just yet.
Nope.
But anyone else have anything else to say?
No, Nat's ass is a real thing, though. I'm just saying.
No, it's not. I agree, Zach. I echo everything you just said. This is the first E3, except for probably the one that we went to together. Like, this is probably the first E3 in a long time where I'm just so overwhelmingly excited because of what I don't know. Like, I don't care what I know that a lot of things, some things have leaked, but I know for an absolute fact by friends who were at Judges Week, there are things that have not leaked that are going to be very high highs. and I don't know what they are. I have no idea what they are, but I'm super excited for it because Xbox has to make some noise.
Yep. And
I think they will.
Yeah, I do too. I trust them this year.
And we are less than a week away from finding out what that noise is. It's going to be good. All right. Well, that was it, our show for this week. You can follow us on Twitter at @ThatPixelLife. Get on the Facebook group, though, because that's where we are going to be doing a lot of discussion of all of these topics coming up very shortly. You can just find us at @ThatPixelLife on the Facebook groups. And if you got time, drop a review on iTunes. Helps us out. Any feedback is good feedback as far as I'm concerned. But until next week, for Mr. Robbie Steltenbull, I will remind you to be great.
Bye.
It's the most depressing bye I've ever heard.
Do I stop recording?
Yep.
Yeah, stop.
So, Zach, I have finished 4 Coors Lights over the course of our episode.
Nice. Well done, sir.
Hey, now you're ready to record that episode, right?
All right.
That's right. Oh my! But I have to pee really bad.
That is the downside of that many Coors Lights.
I'm going to try to do this right now. Was anybody else hearing Zach like scratch?
Sorry, did I get too close to the mic?
No, I'm curious. It might have just been me. Did you guys hear it?
Yeah, I heard. I think it was that issue that we had in the past where like your cord was like being goofy.
Shit, really?
Yeah.
Is it loose?
It wasn't
Sorry.
bad. Like, and I think most of it you weren't talking, so like you
Okay.
can edit it out very easily.
Cut it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All
Sorry
right,
about
Shannon, I'm exporting it through the WAV file, and then I'm going to convert it to the MP3 before I send it to you. Okay.
Okay.
that. And then also, Shannon, sorry if that my daughter was like losing her goddamn mind at the beginning of that.
No, that's
So-
fine. Like I said, I'll be able to edit most of that out. Like I'll just noise reduce it, and then like any part where you're not talking, I can just mute basically your
Mute me.
channel.
Okay, cool. Yeah, did not go to bed easy. And then in the middle of all that, I go in there. Jonathan's asleep. She's sitting in his bed. And I'm like, what are you doing? And then I pick her up to go put her in her bed, and her shirt is soaking wet because apparently she took her water bottle and just like dumped it all over herself. And I'm like, what the fuck? Just, god damn it.
My son did that in the back of our car the other day. He had a water bottle. He just went all over himself. I'm like, really, dude? He just laughed.
It's like, come on, man.
Did y'all see this announcement for the June games for Nintendo Switch Online?
Nah.
It's Double Dragon 2,
All right.
volleyball.
That's
It's just,
volleyball,
called,
good.
it's just called volleyball, and City Connection.
I don't know City Connection.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
The Double
like a
Dragon 2 's
record
good,
store.
right?
Double Dragon 2, if I remember correctly, was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with it.
It
That was
gets
the one where you
really
like.
hard towards the end, but yeah.
Wasn't that the one where you like fought each other at the end too? If you had 2 players, like you had to fight your brother at the end of.
I don't remember. I know Streets of Rage. One of the Streets of Rage games did that. I think it was the first one.
And to knock that bitch out with the kangaroo. Yeah, just
I'm so glad we didn't do news this week because
take
That-
a rollerblade upside that kangaroo's face.
2.5 hour episode if we would have done that.
All right. I think I'm uploading mine now.
Great.
Mine's converting. Trying to think if there's anything else. I don't know if you guys want to, but I actually don't even know how to do it. But if any of y'all want a Skype call during these conferences, I'm down.
Yeah, I was thinking about that when you were saying you're on a Facebook Live. I'm like, I wonder if there's a way we could like group Facebook Live, but I don't know of a way.
You could just live stream it through Google Hangouts.
Oh, could you do that?
But don't we have that blocked off for only Patreons?
Oh,
I
we
mean,
could.
as long as you can just make the video public,
Yeah.
just not
Okay.
mark it as private.
Okay, and then we can share that link on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, you could just live stream it. Yeah, through. I mean, that's what you guys are doing now. So
Yeah.
I think we should, because I've never done that before, but I would love, especially during Xboxes
Mhm.
Square Enix's and hell, even Ubisoft's, because we just don't know.
Yeah.
Like I would love to do that if you guys want to do that together.
I would love to do that. I just don't know what time they're
Yeah.
at.
Xbox is Xbox is 4:00 my time.
So it's 1:00 Saturday, right?
Yeah, it's Sunday.
Sunday.
But here's the problem. I will have to. So one of y'all will have to be the host.
Mhm.
I have to drop out 15 minutes before because I have to be at my church at 6.
Okay.
So I'm gonna miss the final announcement. Which is, I mean, I'll probably watch it on YouTube on the way there, but like I have to be at my church for a meeting.
You're gonna miss the just one more thing.
Yeah,
It'll be Halo probably, anyways.
That's a fair point. But on
with Halo,
yeah, but then after that is Bethesda, and I'm so curious about Bethesda.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm excited for Ubi and I'm excited for Square, but I'm so curious by Bethesda, if that makes sense.
I'm shocked that Bethesda has become like the first person shooter house. You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But yeah, Zach and Shannon and even Josh, if you guys want like Bethesda, Xbox, Ubi, and Square, I'm probably gonna live stream my reaction, like me watching it. So if you guys want,
I won't be able to do the Xbox one because my wife works that day. So I'll have my son with me, and he will just drive me insane if I try to do that. So I'll have to watch it and try to like take care of him. So you will just hear him yelling, screaming, and everything through the whole thing. It probably wouldn't be pleasant. But like one of the other ones that are in the evening, I might be able to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. That's a good point because I don't know how long my parents will want to watch my son for.
Yeah, I can probably do the Microsoft one with you just because that's like Evelyn's nap time. So
yeah,
I'll just set Jonathan up with Hungry Shark World and go about my business.
I mean, and on Monday, like I understand for you guys, it's actually gonna be in the middle of your work day.
Yeah,
but I'll be home, and I'll be able to stream reactions or whatever. But with that said, son of a biscuit, it's 1:00. I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, I hear you.
But you guys have a good night. Josh, it was fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me back on, guys. I appreciate it.
Recording with you again, man.
No, dude, it was awesome. Thank you.
You guys have a good night, okay?
Yeah, you too. Thank you. Mine's in the Dropbox now, so you should have it.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll check it.
I see it there. I'm got 23 seconds.
Mine just finished.
Mine just finished. Look at me with my new computer.
Yeah, look, it's fast now. It does stuff. Yay.
Do you a new Mac or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it that $9,000 one they just
no.
Cheese grater?
Yeah, the cheese grater.
Yeah, no, I did not get that one.
All right, you should see mine there now.
Okay, cool.
Cool, man. All right, guys. Well, I gotta get running, but this was super fun.
All right,
yeah.
cool.
All right, thank you very much.
I'm excited for this one to come out. So.
Oh yeah, this will be cool.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
All right. Yeah, thank you, Josh.
Right.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.